Well, hello, UFC 318. I know Big John is not watching, probably. He's watching the fights, but he's in a hotel. He's traveling across the country. Him, his wife, and they're enjoying some time with family. So that's awesome, man. So, yeah, man, I just wanted to jump on here and basically just watch the fights with you guys, see if you guys are into it, see what the haps are and what's going on. So hopefully it all works out. And man, the UFC 318 prelims were pretty good. I got to be honest, man. They were pretty good. Hit me. Oh. So I wanted to say what's up to everyone, man. Let's go, let's go. I got maybe a couple people just dropping in. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. They got a lot of family stuff going on. We've got some friends that were big fans, but man, I'm excited for this card. I mean, it's a little bittersweet, as most of you guys probably follow me on social media at the Real Punk. You guys have known I'm a huge Dustin Poirier fan, man. Had an opportunity to train with him a long time ago, back in I want to say like 20, right around the second. It was the second fight for Frankie Edgar against Benson Henderson, and so I went out there. Dustin was out there helping Frankie get ready, and man, just felt good to be out there with those guys, and and get an opportunity to train with them and stuff. And man, he was big for 145 back then, but I got a chance to get to know him. Got a chance to, I mean, not like anything super serious, but I mean, legit person. I mean, in terms of across the board, everyone that's ever crossed paths with him, I think this is a big reason why, this whole presentation for him going into his last fight, the way he's handled everything, the way he's talked about this is his last fight. I think it's great, man. I think it's like I said on my social media, I said, hey, the fact that he is doing it his way, the fact that he is, leaving why he can still have a conversation, leaving, when he still has his health. I mean, he has been in some wars. And if you take a look at, his past in terms of his opponents, it's insane. The people that he's fought, Conor McGregor multiple times, Max Holloway multiple times, Justin Gaethje multiple times. These are not, doesn't matter like when he fought them or when, either way, no matter what, they're all heavy hitters. They're all the cream of the crop. These are all guys that have been around the game for a very long time. Between Max and Dustin, man, the two of them have probably one of the best, like resumes out there in the game. I mean, there's probably, I can't think of other opponents or other fighters that have a resume like these two. I mean, these two are just absolutely fantastic. But hey, man, let's talk about a couple things, man. What would you guys think of the prelims? Obviously, the sound's going to be off. I see that they're doing the intro right now. And when we get to the fight, we'll go ahead and jump right into it, man. But Big John couldn't be here right now. We're going to be filming later tonight as he gets settled into his hotel, and we're going to drop our show hopefully by first thing tomorrow morning. But yeah, we're going to have some fun, man, later tonight. But he couldn't be here, but he's here in spirit. If most of you guys can see this, I'm making sure that he's here in spirit. It's the old man, the guy that says he never dyes his beard. This is him on the Joe Rogan podcast back in the day. And see how gray he was back then, but all of a sudden now he doesn't dye his hair. He's gonna kill me for that. But hey, guys, let's go through some questions, man. Whatever questions you guys might have, whether it was about the prelims, UFC 318 prelims. But I mean, there was another fight earlier today in South Africa. Let's be honest, man. Let's talk real quick about Johnny Eblen and Castelo Vancenis. Castelo Vancenis was one of my favorite fighters, and Johnny Eblen's one of my favorite fighters too, man. Both of them are fantastic people. You get to know them, you get an opportunity to hang out with them. They're just great people, man. I mean, I was able to work a couple shows for the PFL. When I worked those shows, Johnny was out there at those shows, especially one of them was in Florida. And I was doing some stuff for the sponsors, and Johnny was sitting with me cage side, and we were just chopping it up, talking about the fights. And man, he's just a great person, just energetic, has a great personality. And man, his O went today, unfortunately, but I had him winning the fight. It really came down to the last couple seconds. He ended up getting caught in a rear naked by Castelo Vancenis in the last 10 seconds of the fight, losing his title. But man, he had won the first 3 rounds. I had him losing the 4th. It was a back and forth battle in the 5th, but I had him losing the 5th also up until that finish when he got caught with the rear naked choke. But Maximiliano Martinez, Chito Vera versus Vinicius. Yes, sign me up. Sign me up for that fight, man. Oliveira looked good tonight. He's a big. I didn't realize how big he is. I mean, Kyler Phillips is not a super physically like imposing type person. He's got great movement. it's hard to like kind of trap him like you saw tonight. It was hard to really kind of settle him down. Go, hey, like, where are you going? What are you doing? And right off the bat, Benicio was having a hard time with the movement. Then he figured it out. And Big John and I talked about that. I said, Kyler Phillips also has a problem as the fight goes on. It's hard to move that much. And if you listen to what like Corey Sandhagen has said, and for myself, even in my past, I did a lot of movement in the beginning of my career. And then towards the end of my career, it was a lot harder to continue that type of movement, especially as you get older and then into the second and the third round to have that same type of movement that you've had your whole career. It's a hard style to keep up as you get older. I mean, take a look at guys like Roy Jones Jr. Take a look at guys like Floyd Mayweather. I know Floyd finished his career undefeated, but like he got hit with more shots towards the end of his career because of his style, but he was real good at covering and being defensive. Roy Jones Jr. was not that way. So Roy Jones was somebody who, as he slowed down a step, he was getting caught more, and then that's what led to a lot more of his knockouts. So, all right, guys, go ahead, hit me up, man, with some questions, whatever you guys have. But did you guys check out the Johnny Eblen Costello Vancinas fight? If you guys saw that fight, what were your thoughts on it? Hit me up in the comments. And yeah, I mean, like outside of that, the prelims. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the prelims for this card. It was a fantastic card, man. The prelims were great. The Brendan Allen Vettori fight was a freaking barn burner. I loved what Vettori was doing. He was just outside of range every single time, which I thought Brendan Allen did a really good job of using his reach and his length. And if you listen to us in the midweek show, John and I were talking, and I said to myself, like, Vettori should have the edge. John thought for sure Vettori was gonna have the edge on the feet, especially as the fight went on. After being there present when the exchange happened at the Hollywood Casino in Florida, the two of them got after it. Brendan Allen obviously didn't seem like anyone who fears fighting someone like a Marvin Vettori. And so I thought that his confidence from that first exchange would carry over. That's like having a first fight already and knowing that you won. And then the person who won the first fight almost 80% of the time wins the second fight. And so he came in with the swagger and the confidence in this fight, basically like telling people that he thought he won. And so, and he looked good tonight. He looked absolutely fantastic. Allen now up 2-0. That's Scott Durfee. Yep. Yeah, Allen's now up 2-0, my man. Josh, would you say Vettori is a one-trick pony? What's funny is Fran Galvez. I would say, look, I don't want to say he's a one-trick pony. I'm going to say that his time at American Top Team, now that he's been over there, I'm hoping to see him grow a little bit more. He's been stuck into the boxing exchange. There's really no kicks. How do you have a guy who has that size of legs and he's built like a stump? I mean, with no kicks. Like, give me some kicks. Give me something, because as you saw tonight, Brendan Allen was the way longer fighter. And so when you're fighting, like, Vittori's shorter and, he's not a small guy. He's just thick. He's got thick legs, thick back, all of those things, got thick trunk around the waist, all of those things. And so when I was watching him fight, I'm thinking to myself, like, you need to do something to make up the distance. Brendan Allen's got the advantage on the distance. And I'm thinking to myself, like, start kicking, making him lunge in a little bit more, making him come in, because he doesn't want to get kicked anymore. So that's going to put him more into the boxing range. A lot of my career, I used a lot of my kicks to kind of get you more into my wrestling range. My boxing was never that great. I didn't work on it till later on in my career. It was more of a wrestler / grappler with a lot of kicks, because I knew if I started kicking a lot, I used my push kick a lot, used my head kick a lot, all of those things that you would try to work your way in, and that would make it easier for me to get you to the body lock and the clinch. And so as most of you guys are watching right now, Dustin Poirier is making his walk into the arena. And, that walk is what it is he walks in, and then I'm going to give you guys a little, for those of you guys that don't know, once he walks into the arena, he goes back, he sees, he checks into his locker room, he drops all of his bags, probably checks with a physician. And if they didn't do the drug testing after or before the weigh-ins yesterday, they're probably doing it right now. Or they may do it after the fight as well, but they're going to get that one sample, given that he's the main event. They're going to for sure get that one sample. He's on his last fight of his career. That would be that's for sure. They're going to test him for sure. But yeah, that's what they do. So he'll go in and he'll go right in and do his thing, drop his stuff, give his love to his family. They'll probably go sit at the seat or they'll sit off to the side and he'll probably just start getting himself dressed, slowly. He's got a long night ahead of him. And, and then he'll start putting on his gear and his cup, and then his hand wraps and stuff like that. Hand wraps will probably come after the first or second fight. He'll get wrapped up, and then he'll probably take a little bit of time jumping rope, moving, shadow boxing, doing all those things. Damn, I'm watching Michael Johnson's highlights right now. He is nasty. He is so nasty. So him and I were supposed to fight a while back, and he pulled out literally like 10 days before I was supposed to fight him. And ended up fighting Bobby Green, who's a stud, by the way. Thanks for streaming. You're a great commentator. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. AJ Manny. All right, oh man. And then how many fights away is Holland from a title? He's a ways away from a title, but the thing that he's got working for him as a room 88, what he's got working for him is the UFC loves him. The UFC absolutely loves him. They've paid him a lot of money. They know that he is they know, man. They know that he is someone that he's exciting. He's fun. He's gotten away, I think, from the whole like showboating, not so much showboating, but just trying to be the real entertainer. He's got back to the Kevin Holland that knocked out Jacare, to the one that was winning through COVID. He's got back to that guy. And so I think a lot of us are excited for this chapter, this second chapter, a little bit more mature, a little bit more someone who's back on track to like, hey, our goal is to be the champion. Our goal is to get to that run. Now, look, some fighters come in. I'm going to be honest. I've had conversations with a lot of fighters that were extremely talented. Some that were way more talented than me. And a lot of them said, I'm not trying to be champion. I'm just trying to make as much money as I can and get out. And I was like, oh, okay. And they were just trying to get cash grabs. They're like, I'm going to fight 4 or 5 times a year. I'm going to do whatever I possibly can to make as much money as I possibly can and move on from there. And I was like, damn. Yeah, all right. Okay. I understand. Okay. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. And so they were people that like, hey, I don't care who I fight, when I fight, I just want to fight. And for some of them, it worked out. It worked out really well for them. Some of them, were making high, I'd say, high six figures, in the 250, 200, they were doing really well. And then they just were like, okay, look, I'm just kind of, this is getting harder than I want it to be. The competitions, if you're getting paid that much money, competition's getting a lot harder than I want it to be. And they were cool with just walking away, and they did. And so good on them. Look, we're about to walk into the Zellhuber and Michael Johnson fight. Who do you guys have? Drop some comments down below. You guys can see on the ticker there. Drop your questions. If you guys have questions, drop them. I'll try to get to them between every round of every fight. Obviously in between fights as well. I'll try to get to them as much as I possibly can. So, look, I'm doing this because I'm a huge fan of Dustin. I'm doing the show right now or the live stream just because I want you guys to see like a real reaction to something that, when you really like a fighter, your reaction is different when you're watching them in comparison to like, we know so many fighters, we kind of get, I don't want to say numb to it, but like, we're not close with them, but we know them, we like them, those type of things. Like I like Michael Johnson. We've done autograph signings together, not just for the UFC, but for other companies that we've been sponsored by together. And so great kid, love him. I call him a kid because I'm a lot older, but he's still, he's a great man, dude. I enjoy being around him. He's funny as all hell and a real good dude. So he's got fast hands still. I think he's 38 years old. Still has extremely fast hands, but I enjoy watching him fight. So this can be a good fight. How will Zellhuber? I think my question to all you guys inside the comments right now is, how will Michael Johnson handle the length and the height of Zellhuber? Man, he is a big lightweight, huge. And so when I'm looking at it, I'm like thinking to myself, dude, you're enormous for this weight class. I have no idea how you make this weight, but all right, guys, go ahead and hit me up with some questions while we're watching this walkout for Michael Johnson. I'll let you guys know where we're at, like when it comes to the time. So we're all watching around the same time. If you guys want to pause it, hold it, whatever it is. My ESPN's been a little jacked up tonight. I don't know what it is. It's been freezing and stuff, but hopefully it gets itself glitched out and fixed. Look at that, man. 38 years old, still got six pack. That's crazy to me. 38, 40 years old. Man, DC never took that way. DC never had. Yeah. Oh, man. Who doesn't want to see MJ humble this punk? Oh, man. We're going to find out, man. I mean, like, he's got the fast hand. 808 VWs, man. 808. You must be from Hawaii. Are you living in Hawaii now, or are you not? Where does Michael Johnson rank in your mind as a journeyman? I mean, he's still up at the top, man. I would say he's still up at the top. Like I can't say he's not going to make another run to a title, but he's still going to sleep some dudes. So, at this age, it's gonna be very difficult for him to make another run to the title. But look, putting this young kid out is definitely gonna bump him up quite a bit. They have really no choice. But like, hey, if he beats Zellhuber and he knocks him out or he puts him away, I mean, they may look to start putting him against. I don't want to say. I mean, I was gonna say Michael Chandler, but I know they train together. But there's other guys up in that top 15, top 12. They might even consider putting him against. I wouldn't surprise me. Let Michael try to have his one last. I mean, he's a plus 500 underdog. I mean, that's huge. And Zellhuber's a minus 700 favorite. I think as the longer this fight goes, it starts to favor Zellhuber, but he does tend to get tired. Whereas Michael, he's good at keeping his distance. He's good. He's extremely fast. He's good at touching you, from range. So, oh no, for sure. Follow the sky clock. Yeah, he's definitely one of the best guys still doing it, especially at that age. And what you guys have to remember is that at 155 pounds, even 170, as you get lower in the weight classes and your speed starts to go, it gets a lot more difficult because everything seems like it's happening so fast when you're out there. When I was 37, 38, around that time, it felt like every time I was out there, not just in the cage, but also in sparring. When you're sparring with kids that are 29, when I was getting close to retiring, Islam was still 28, 29 years old. So maybe even a little bit younger than that. It just came down to I felt like he was extremely fast where I was always faster than him, but it just seemed like, man, he's gotten so much faster. It was just me getting older. But yeah, it's definitely hard to do as you get older, but these guys are using their speed. He's got to look at these guys. Look at UFC doing their camera guys doing their job. Look, I mean, if I could have picked a position for Michael Johnson to win this fight, I could see him winning by KO. I could. Zellhuber could win by knee because Michael tends to sometimes, lean forward when he's throwing his jab and his long range strikes. He has a tendency sometimes to lean forward and duck his head straight down. That was something that I saw, when I was training for him to fight him. And then I've seen that he's done that continuously over the years. I'm surprised more people haven't caught on to that, but I think because of his speed, it's been a lot more difficult to follow up with. Like, you're afraid if I throw the knee and he throws the punch at the same time and his punch gets there before my knee, jeez, man, I'm going to sleep. I mean, he's got fast hands. And if you notice, like, his movement, like that little tiny stutter step, it gives you a little bit of a feint, and it makes it very difficult to judge like when he's going to throw. And every time you start looking at guys that are that fast, it's like you start blinking and you start flinching and you start reacting to the feints. And then you're like, oh man, he's going to hit me. And all of a sudden, boom, he catches you. So I'm at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know where you guys are at. If you guys can post kind of where you're at. On this day in MMA, does Pitbull look better tonight? Did Diaz really throw the towel in? Or is that an MMA myth? No, I've got the picture of his brother Nick throwing the towel in. That's one. And then on the other one, will Pitbull look better? He has no choice but to look better. He's 38, 39 years old. This is it. The fight, I wish he would have had this fight his first fight in. But I think he has no choice but to look better. This to me there was two fights that he should have been given, I think, right off the bat coming in. It should have been Dan Ige first and then potentially Jose Aldo. So if they would have had them fight those two guys right off the bat, then we could have got a little bit more of, he could have got into the mix of it all. Aldo was going to retire anyways shortly after, and then you have Dan Ige who's still there. But if he could have beat Dan and and Aldo, you could have done something with him, and I'm not saying that they should have given him an automatic title shot, but they could have done something, coming back or coming off of the 2 wins, because Pitbull wants to fight for a long time, and he's going to be that guy. So I think he's got to look better. If he's, Dan's tough. Dan's, Pitbull's used to fighting guys that are always bigger than him. Dan's got power. A lot of fighters that have fought Dan said that he's the hardest hitter they've ever fought. And I think Patricio, a lot of people say that about him as well. I'm looking forward to that fight. That's probably my fight. I mean, besides the Brendan Allen Vettori fight, I was excited about that fight because I was there when they fought the first time in Florida, but I'm really looking forward to the Patricio and Dan Ige fight. I wanted that fight to be the first fight. I loved how Dan called for that fight. Didn't get it, but I loved how he called for that fight. So I'm at 2 minutes and 50 seconds right now on the card. Yeah. I like what Michael's doing. I think he knows because Zellhuber's the younger kid. That's what I'm talking about right there. See, if Zellhuber doesn't bring his hands right back after he throws, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, because what Michael does really well is he slips in or to the outside, and then he throws really well off of that. He'll throw a hard jab or counter right hook and then throw the straight left down the pike. You can see Zellhuber's a little cautious right now too, because the speed of Michael Johnson. Still just giving people fits. Nice. That's where I think Zellhuber needs to live, is those long range head kicks. Because what the head kicks do is they keep Michael Johnson's hands loyal to his chin. It means that if I'm throwing head kicks, I know that you're not trying to throw punches off of that, because you're afraid if you miss or you throw the punch at the wrong time, that I'm potentially going to catch you, right in the chin with my kick. Go ahead. What else you guys got? Throw me some questions, while they're checking on the nuts. Prime Punk beats Pitbull easy. So Patricio is a smaller fighter. He's 145 pounds. I've trained with him. I've grappled with him. I've never sparred with him or anything, but I've grappled with him and stuff and wrestled with him, done wall drill stuff with him. He's a stud, man. His grappling is so underrated. And one of the things that I think Dan's got to be careful tonight of is that arming guillotine, because when Pitbull latches onto that thing, he has a tendency to get that finish. Dan's a stud in all those areas. So Dan's got his work cut out for him, but I think that's going to potentially be one of the fights tonight. I think someone's going to definitely get knocked out. If not, it's going to be a great fight, man. Yeah, I like what Michael Johnson's doing right now. The footwork, the slide, the in, the out, all of those things. I like what he's doing right now. So definitely something to keep an eye on with the speed of Zellhuber. He's not the faster fighter, so Zellhuber's got to just, kind of work his way in, wait for Michael to kind of throw, and then try to catch him on the retreat. Because as Michael Johnson is coming out, he has a tendency sometimes to leave his hands down. So just like that, Michael throwing off of that exchange. When Zellhuber's too slow at bringing his hands back, that's when you're going to see Michael counter off of that. Just Michael's got to make sure he brings his hands back to his face as he's countering out. Kerry Hatley, the referee there. He lives right down the road from me here in Texas now that I live in Texas, and he's a Texas boy himself. Oop, that's what I'm right there. That little combination hit him to the body, came back up top to the head. Nicely done by Michael Johnson. I don't know where you guys are at in the time, but if you guys can go ahead and just drop your time on there, let me know. Hybrid, catastrophic, impact. Man, you got to change your name, bro. You got to make it smaller. The referee was constantly rushing Eblen to work. Do you think that affected him losing? There we are at the break. Do I think it affected him losing? No, I don't think so. In a 5-round fight, title fight, look, telling him to work is different than separating him or making him work. He had to be more active. I get it. I understand. I didn't see an opportunity or I didn't see a chance when the ref actually did break them. I know that he was telling him he had to work, and and that what he means by work is just trying to advance the position just a tiny bit. Try to show me you're trying to get the takedown. Try to show me you're trying to hit, do some damage. And I think that goes for any ref. I mean, I've had plenty of conversations, not just with Big John. When Big John and I started doing the podcast together, I would sit for hours and talk with Mike Beltran and and Jason Herzog, and man, those two guys are just characters, man. But those are two of my favorite referees, man. Mark Goddard, great guy as well. We didn't get as much of him unless I was in the UK, but yeah, great guy, man. Azaroom 88, dumb question. You look like a real fan when watching, but do you like the fight of the technical breakdowns more? Sorry if that makes no sense. It doesn't make sense, but what do you mean? Do I like the fight with technical breakdowns more? Um, I am a fan. I'm a huge fan. I love this sport. I mean, obviously I've been doing this sport since I was 17 years old. You know, I had my fight right when I turned my first fight right around the time I turned 18, 19, almost 19. So I was about to turn 19. So I'd only trained for about, I don't know, I'd say probably, a little under a year. And then I started looking for fights. And so I am a big fan. I like the technical aspects of fights, but I like when guys mix it up. I like what I'm saying is I like to see when guys are like a GSP where he had some good boxing. He was mixing everything together with his punches and his kicks. I love that about him. He could and then he developed his wrestling later on in his career. Good submission stuff, great top position, and I think when I see fighters continue to evolve like GSP did over the length of his career, it's huge, and I'm a huge fan of BJ Penn, but as he got older, he didn't develop, he didn't grow at all. His jiu-jitsu, he stopped really kind of training it, became more addicted to the power. He was an anti-grappler, mainly just tried to stop takedowns and bounce around on one foot. And he had a lot of success. He was able to do that. You look at his 155-pound run when he was fighting when he won the title. Kenny Florian, Joe Daddy Stevenson, Diego Sanchez, all of those things. Sean Shirk. He was known basically for his power, top position and power if he was able to stop people's takedowns. But he didn't after that. When he went back up to 70 and everything, he just didn't grow. He didn't get any better in his grappling. Like he got away from the grappling and all that. So it was sad because BJ is one of my best friends, man. Great guy, great person. What's going on in this fight right now is Zellhuber's having a hard time dealing with the speed, just like that. Boom, beautifully done. Big shot by Michael Johnson, sits him down. Nicely done. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier in the fight. Is that Zellhuber, he's got to bring his hands back right away. He can't afford to retreat slowly. And Michael Johnson caught him on the exchange on the way out. And that's generally when guys get caught when they're the taller fighter too, because they leave their chin a little bit higher up in the air. So great job of Michael Johnson. See if he can get some work done from the top position. Lets him back up. Just the speed of Michael Johnson. There we go. And ooh, nice knees right there. That's where I thought when I talked in the breakdown, in the midweek breakdown with John, I said, I think where Zellhuber needs to make a living is in that clinch. He needs to get into that clinch. If he can try to slow Michael Johnson down by hanging on him, because as you get older, it's harder to recover with the shoulders. And he's got to get into that clinch, make Michael Johnson work, because that this range, when you stay in that boxing range with Michael Johnson, the speed is going to be too much. Damn. And MJ still got some freaking fast ass hands. There it is again. He's got that little check right hook right with his straight left or his overhand left that finds the mark, man. He was able to drop Zellhuber right there. Beautifully done. That's another thing that I never really saw. Michael Johnson never really kicked a whole lot. I expected him to be someone to kick a little bit more because if you can, with the speed that he has, if you can get people thinking about your kicks, I mean, it opens up your hands so much more. But he didn't eat it, man. He's got some fast ass hands. Whew. Yeah. So Hoover pretty much giving away this round right here. I gave Michael Johnson the first round. It was a close first round, but I gave Michael Johnson the first round. Nice straight left again by Michael Johnson. Damn. DBZ, who's winning? I mean, I would say probably Michael Johnson's winning. I know he's winning this round, but I mean, it depends on how you judge the first round. We're going into the third here shortly. But I've got Michael Johnson winning probably the first two rounds. First round was a flip, a coin flip if you wanted to give it to Michael, but or if you wanted to give it to Zellhuber. It could be 1-1 or it could be 2-0 Michael Johnson. Man, the speed, his ability to read the range, Michael Johnson is doing a great job. A lot of spinning, a lot of pout, like low percentage moves done by Zellhuber. Just straight left, right down the pipe. Beautifully done. Drops him to the canvas. He just stayed right outside around that little check right, and here comes the straight left. Bink. And that check right, what it does is it gets you to kind of turn into. So what he did was, watch, it gets you to kind of turn into that straight left. And so what he did was he saw the check right coming. He leaned back towards the center line, and that straight left came right down the pipe and just landed clean on the button, man. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Yeah, see, look at Gary Johnson. You got a 2-0 for Johnson. Oh, Gary. Sorry, on this day in MMA, you've got 2-0 MJ. I got 2-0 MJ too, but I wasn't sure if something. Hybrid, what's on my lip? Bro, I train jiu-jitsu every morning, man. What do you think? I train jiu-jitsu with a bunch of old dudes. We trained gi this morning, man. We had like, I'll post up a picture here in a little bit. But man, yeah, we had 9 black belts in the room today at Hodger Gracie's spot here in Texas. And then they're all big guys. I had one guy my size, literally one guy my size. And most of them are in their, late 20s, early 30s. So here we go for round 3. Dude, my app is not, my app's not working very well. So it's killing me, man. ESPN. That's another question we should talk about, man. Is ESPN going to be in the running for this, for the new contract, the new deal? He said it's going to be more global than where they're at now. So I'm looking at Netflix. I'm looking at YouTube. I think those are the 2 main ones. Maybe an Amazon Prime, but I don't know. We're going to find out, man. An Amazon Prime might be pretty big, but I would lean probably more towards the Netflix deal or the YouTube deal, just to be honest. Let's keep in the back of our head, maybe a Facebook. Facebook may have they may do something. I just don't know if they've got the production and the ability to handle that kind of bandwidth. And we saw with Netflix when they did the Jake Paul situation, right? It crashed for a little bit and they brought it back up, and then they had some problems, but they made it work. And then now they've had live events a bunch of times to see if they can continue it to make it work. And they did. Michael Johnson's slowing down a little bit. Zellhuber understands what's at stake, and he just he's got to have more output. Zellhuber does. And this is where Michael has tended to have problems. And it's nothing against him. It's because he's so explosive. This is where he tends to have problems. He slows down just enough to get caught, like a Roy Jones Jr. or anybody else. In the Josh Emmett fight, he was winning that fight. Slowed down just enough and got caught in the 3rd round. I believe it was the 3rd round. In that fight, in this fight here, he's slowing down just a little bit, but I got Johnson winning this fight. Great fight so far. For those of you guys that just jumped on, there's 15 or 20 guys that just jumped on right now. So I think we're at like 3 minutes or 2:52 of the 3rd round. Michael Johnson and Zellhuber. Great fight so far. MJ, if you guys haven't been watching, MJ's winning this fight right now. It seems like two rounds to none coming into the 3rd. MJ dropped Zellhuber in the 2nd with a little check right and then a straight left down the pipe that really sat him to his butt. Great combination by Johnson. Yeah. MJ. Yeah, see, Zellhuber staying long with those kicks. He should have done that early in the fight. That keep MJ pretty loyal with his hands to his chin. Hard to get off when you've got to wait for the kick to land and then throw, especially for the head kicks. Because if you throw too soon and you leave your chin just slightly too high, you're getting KO'd. The other thing too is Zellhuber, he just not too good at using that push kick up the middle. With his length and his reach for this weight class at the lightweight division, he's got to start using that push kick more. It can't always be just the head kick. It can't always be. He's got to mix it up. Go head kick to the outside, push kick up the middle to the face. Sometimes push kick is MJ steps in with the jab. Throw that rear leg push kick right up the middle. a little teep right up the middle. Ugh, take it right out of you. I mean, a little sense of urgency would be nice right now from Zellhuber. There's not a lot. He came out a little, kind of pushing the pace, but right now I'm not seeing it. Like he's gotta know he's lost the second round, and the first round was a 50-50 round. You never want to leave it to him. He's just letting Michael do what he wants. Put the pressure. An L is an L, man. I mean, I don't know how else you cut it, but an L is an L. So he's got to put more pressure, come a little bit more aggressive, see if he can catch Michael in an exchange. Whatever you do, though, throw high volume stuff. Not high volume, but high percentage things. Close the distance, get him in a phone booth. MJ is not a great fighter either in a phone booth. He's good right at the end of his punches. That's why you see he's able to catch you at the end. He's got power at the end, that snap. When I fought Nate Diaz, same thing with him. Anything he landed in close, there was really no power, but he hit me a couple times with his jab and his straight left at the end, and there's that snap. And then when I was talking with Robbie Lawler, he said Nick has the same exact thing. They've got that power and that snap at the end. So if they catch you at the end of their punch, man, it hurts. And that's what MJ is very much similar to that. Oh, Eric being a hater, man. I love Eric. Eric is being a hater. Love it. Boom, boom. We're going to see. We're going to see. All right, guys. If you guys have any questions, man, drop your questions down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Drop some questions down below. Nice little straight left. Ooh, little eye poke there. Block the head kick. Nicely done. Chase 33, what's up? Just want to say what's up to y'all. I thought it was a good entrance. I thought it was a good fight to open up the card. Definitely one of those fights where MJ's tough, man. Tough. If you guys want to read it off to me, man, let me know. Let me know what you guys go ahead and throw some stuff down. Who do you think won? Costa gonna win tonight? Ooh, I don't know, man. That's a tough fight. So he's with him, it has to do with which one shows up? The one that drank wine for Izzy, or the one that fought Yoel Romero? That's where we're gonna be at. Hey, let me know what the scorecards are, guys. 30-27 MJ. Is that what it was, Smitty? On this day in MMA, 30-27. Yo, Gary. Yo, the Young Buck came through, man. The Young Buck came through. If you were betting on MJ was a plus 500. Plus 500. Zellhuber a minus 700. Look at the excitement on MJ's face, man. Talking to DC. Damn, DC look like fucking Barney right now in that purple outfit. Come on, D. What? Oh, damn. 29-28. Oh, it was 29-28. It wasn't 30-27. I can't hear it because I can't have the sound on, otherwise they'll shut me down. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why. Like when people lose, like you think you shouldn't have lost. It's so weird. I mean, but look, coaches and corners, and Eric Nixick's one of those coaches, and he's Zellhuber's coach. He's one of those coaches that tells you straight. I mean, like he told Strickland straight, and Strickland didn't want to hear it, and now he doesn't potentially work with Strickland anymore. But I thought MJ fought a great fight. Little check hook, boom, right there, pushed him right into the straight left. 29-28 Johnson. I'm looking at some of these reviews here on people, but yeah, good fight. I thought it was a good fight. Good way to open up the card. Power Barney. Yeah, yo, hybrid. Yeah, he can. DC is. I called him Kung Fu Panda when we were in the gym coming up, and because that dude could do a backflip standing, and I mean, the things that I could see, the things I could see him do was remarkable for somebody his size. Watching Kane too. Like when I watched Kane in the WWE, same thing. I'm like, man, how does he get around like that? Both those guys were extremely athletic, not looking the part as much. Yeah, DC gonna catch strays, man. Yep. We always got to give him some props. Hey, man, anytime one of your boys is living it up, doing a great job, guy's an absolute animal. Had a great career. I mean, pretty much, I think everyone knows the UFC because of his voice. You have Dana White, you've got Dana White, and you've got DC, you got Joe Rogan, obviously. I mean, like all those guys. That's big. Those are the mouths. They are the voices. And John Anik obviously being the voice, but you got those guys they're holding up. All right, guys. Hey, before the next fight walks and stuff, go ahead and give me some questions. What do you guys got? Let me see what you guys got here. Says MJ definitely, let's see, not Jokic. MJ definitely put a bag on himself with those odds. He seems overly happy. He should be overly happy. I think a lot of people counted him out. So, Josh, will we ever see 165 light welterweight division push welterweight to 175? I don't think so. Unless the sport takes like a huge turn. I don't think so. I mean, I also believe that it really depends on this new TV deal. If the new TV deal asks for more fights than what we have now, and not like fights as in events, more like Dana White Contender Series, more stuff like that, where we are allowed to have more fighters, then I think you'll potentially see a 165 and then get rid of the 170 and bump it to 175. I could see that happening. But I honestly believe that will eliminate a lot of the tweeners, because that jump from 65 or from 55 to 70 is a lot. And then also too, the jump from 70 to 85 is a lot. So if you can just get rid of that and make it 65, make it 55, 65, 75, guys like Kelvin Gastelum will be able to have a longer career. You'll also be able to have another champion, which that's realistically what networks want. ESPN's part of their deal with UFC was that they needed to make sure that majority of their pay-per-views had title fights, and they needed to be headlined by champions. And so the BMF title came about, and you have interim titles. It needs to be for a title. Like there's reasons why they do these things, because you need to have fighters that are available to fight. The interim title is not always based around the fact that they need to replace the champion. Like, no. It's because you need to have a champion fight for their pay-per-views in terms of contracts with ESPN. So there's a lot of reasons on why. Look, a lot of the guys came. Look, I came back to the UFC late. I think I was 35, 36 years old when I fought Nate, somewhere around there, 36. Tony Ferguson, I was like, I was almost about to be 38. Went to Bellator, fought a year and a half, 2 years there. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of like towards the end of the career. I was in Strikeforce, having success in the prime of my career and making a lot of money over there. A lot of the guys, they wanted to come, but it's hard to leave a situation where you're getting guaranteed money. And when you look at the other promotions, whether it was Strikeforce, whether it was Pride, whether it was Rising, whether it was Dream, whether it was Bellator, for me, that position was about the fact that like I was making so much money at the time fighting for those promotions because they had to guarantee me a certain amount of money. And so otherwise I could go to the UFC and maybe I wouldn't have made as much. But here's the caveat. Like the caveat on this was that the guaranteed money, right, with Bellator, or the guaranteed money with Strikeforce, was basically slightly less than what a lot of the guys were getting for their win. So it was slightly less, like 5-10 grand. But then also majority of those guys, like if you were under Scott Coker, they had a bonus. So if you got a finish, it was called a finishing bonus, not like a bonus, a discretionary bonus, or like, hey, it was only if you finished the fight. If you got a submission and you got a knockout, you for sure got a bonus. And that bonus was negotiated in your contract. That's what put me over the amount of money I was making for almost all of the lightweights in the UFC. So I got a guaranteed money that was slightly less than someone winning their win money. But then I also got majority of my fights, if I finished them, then I got a bonus of basically like my show money. it would have been like their show money. So another, say, 50 or 60 grand to win the fight, to win by, to win. So anyways, to win by finish, if you did that. Go ahead. Listen, man, I don't know who this UFC stream person is, but he keeps blowing us up. Hey, let's go ahead and give me some more questions as they're making their walks. I feel like, look, if you're taking a look at these, like Patricio is a very undersized 145 pounder, and I'm not making excuses. It's just his body style. There's nothing you can do about that. But then if he makes the cut to 35, which he has done before, he's not the same fighter. And when you go down in weight, especially at his age, if he was to go down in weight, it's just not there. There's nothing he can do because the speed of those smaller guys, like I said earlier, in the lighter weight classes, that's where he'll have some problems. So him going down to 35, that's it. He went up to 55, knocked out Michael Chandler, wins the lightweight title, and he's had success at 55. I think if anything, a guy like him, not a guy like him, but most guys, they should go up in weight as they get older and just try to put the muscle in the tent, spend the time putting the muscle on and try to fight at that weight class. Think about this. Guys like Johnny Hendricks, right? Fought at 70, and had success at 70, but he used to kill himself to get down to 70. He walked around, he's walking around 200 something pounds. 85, he didn't have as much success because his body style didn't allow it. But like he had the power to go up to 85. Kelvin Gastelum, he's a tweener. He's somebody that can fight at 70 if he can make the weight. And but he's someone that can have success at 85. So I'm getting pumped for this fight. This fight to me is you can see the seriousness on Patricio right now. I think this is kind of where he's at in his career. Is like, look, if I don't win this fight, I mean, will it be the end? I saw the 24/7 on him, and he's basically saying like, this is it. If I don't win this fight, I'm done. And I'm not done, but if he had to separate himself from his family, and I've never heard him talk that way. It's like he separated himself from everything and just isolated himself, across the board. No, no social media, basically stepped away from his family, and he just kind of isolated himself into training. And if it wasn't helping him get better to become, to win this fight, he wasn't going to do it. So let's see what he can do. Let's see. I think he's 30. I think he's 38 years old now. And, he's got it. He's got all the ability. So, I mean, Yair Rodriguez is not an easy fight. So if I was to say, if I was going to have Yair fight Dan Ige, how would Dan Ige do? And how did Patricio do? I think first fight in the UFC, first fight trying to figure out, this kid's young, he's fast, real good kicker. Like all the guys that I would have liked to have seen him come into the UFC fighting, Yair was not on the list at all. So just because of how well he moves, he's not a fighter that's going to really stand and trade with you. He's going to pick you apart, and he's going to use his reach and range to do it, his speed to do it. And Patricio is someone who he just loves to fight. So he wants to fight you. And, we're going to find out. I mean, Dan Ige, he wants to fight you. And so that to me is absolutely perfect. This is a perfect situation where these two guys are going to meet in the middle, and we're going to see who has power. I think they both have power. I know they both have power. But we're going to see who gets to whose chin first. It's going to be a great fight. Let me see what else you guys got. Anybody got any questions? Oh, here we go. Will UFC go to Netflix? Emac Munoz. I think that's the hope for a lot of people. We talked about it earlier. I think the hope is that they either go to Netflix for all the pay-per-views to get rid of the pay-per-view model. I think they end up doing that, given that TKO is working with Turkey. They're really trying to push that whole no pay-per-view model anymore, because they understand that they're not growing at all on this pay-per-view model. It's old. It's outdated. Think about the TV. And I've been saying this for probably close to 7-8 years, maybe 6 or 7 years. The TV model and the pay-per-view model, it really has come down to, now with all the streaming and everything else, it's come down to that it's stuck in the LimeWire Napster era, where people are stealing it, where people are like streaming it, they're watching it on their phones, so they're not getting the credit they deserve. And then it's harder to sell and get sponsors and people to tune in. You're not really seeing it. People are on demand, they're watching it later. If I didn't have a podcast, majority of these nights I would spend, like, just because it's on ESPN, I would just watch it tomorrow. that would be it. All right, hear about it and then just find a way to watch it on YouTube or find a way to. There's always people that put clips up on YouTube and whatever it is of the fights. So you can find how it ended. You can find how the fight was done, later on if you were going to watch it the next day. But I mean, because we do the podcast, I mean, I'm here pretty much all the time watching all the fights. So I've trained with Patricio. I've also trained with Dan Ige. He's came over to AKA and with the group, he's managed by Ali. So he came over to AKA a couple times and trained there. He's like, he reminds me a lot of Patricio in terms of like his physical strength, like he doesn't seem like he's going to be strong. Like if you look at him right now, you're like, doesn't look that strong, but you get in there with him. You're like, oh, okay. You've got a good base, like a really good base, and hard to move him. And he's a very talented fighter. He learns really well, like showing him techniques, working with him on techniques. He wants to know. He's asking for help. Like he's a good guy, man. A really good guy. So tonight's one of those like nights where I'm kind of, man, you don't want either one of these guys to lose, but it's going to be a great fight. And the same thing with Dustin and Max. You don't want either guy to lose. For me, I'm leaning more towards I want Dustin to win. Just because I want him to walk out on his own, and do his own thing. I'd like to see him, get his flowers and head on out. I'm a huge Max fan though as well, but I think in this situation, I want to see a fighter finally like go out on a win and then stay out like you'd be gone. So we'll see, but I think he will. Big John, he's trying to talk into the mic, letting you guys know he's present too. There you go. If you guys have any questions before this fight kicks off, I used to buy every month until they got to 70. Fuck the noise. It's not illegal to visit the website. Do you make any bets, Josh? Yes, I do. I do. I'm not saying you should bet like me because I'm one of those bettors that I will always take the dog and I'll take the unlikely odds, right? So I'm not saying don't try it, but I took I posted about this earlier. Let me see. I'll pull it up real quick. Oh, here it is right here. I took Dustin to win by submission at plus 1300. I thought it'd be poetic if he ended up winning by the Gilly. If he jumped Gilly and won by Gilly, and then I picked him to win by Gilly in every round, not guillotine, but I picked him to win by submission. But I'm assuming the Gilly. It's plus 4,000 in round one, plus 4,000 in round two, plus 4,000 in 5,000 in round three, plus 6,500 in round four, and plus 8,000 in round five. So I threw $100 down on every single one of those rounds. And plus I threw another $100 down on him to win by Gilly. So I thought it would be freaking poetic if he won by Gilly at his last fight. So I feel like where Dan Igue's got to be careful is if he presses Patricio to the fence. He's got to be careful putting his head down by the chest, because if Patricio latches onto that arm and guillotine, he's got one of the best in the game. This fight looks so much more evenly matched. Zellhuber and Michael Johnson. Zellhuber looked way bigger than him. But Vinicius Oliveira looked way bigger than Kyler Phillips. Like there's just like certain fighters I don't know how they make the weight. I'm just in shock in all of them. Like I take a look at Dustin Poirier. I'm like, how in the hell did you ever make 145? Oh, there we go. What concerns me a little bit with Patricio is that like sometimes I think he's just getting the fill out right now. But I loved the way he fought Michael Chandler. He had that nice bounce in his step. He was ready and cocked and pulled the trigger, landed the clean shot, and sat him down to his face. Then, was able to jump on him and put him away. In this situation, like Patricio, he's just got to let the hands go, man. Like this is where you're at right now. That hesitation, I don't know if it's the age. I don't know if he feels like the fight's moving a little too fast. But I want to see him pull the trigger. Sometimes you'll see fighters as they get older, they start to hesitate a little bit more. They're because of the speed. The speed's a huge deal, especially in these lighter weight classes. I like how Patricio, he's always the guy who tries to take the center of the cage. I love that about him. I just got to see the energy. I don't know if the jitters are off yet, whatever it is, but it's not easy. It's never easy going from one promotion to the next. I feel like it's gonna take. Oh, nice. And Patricio's there you go. Patricio's grappling is really good in terms of like his arm and guillotine, his ability like that. Just nicely done. He's got that low center of gravity. He can wrestle. Eric Alberson is his coach, really good wrestler. Came up with DC and Henry Cejudo, and he's worked with all those guys before. So yeah, just phenomenal grappler. I was really kind of like, I'm not surprised, but I'm glad this fight was put together. But Ali works with Henry Cejudo. Ali works with Kamaru Usman and Danige. And a lot of what a lot of Henry's style came from is where he's got to be careful with that arm and guillotine. But a lot of Henry's style, that wide stance, the bouncing when he was making his run through the titles at the 135 and 125, 135, he gives credit to Patricio in getting that style. Yeah, you can see Patricio trying to work on that front headlock. Dan doing a great job fighting the hands. Nice work, Dan. That was a nice, beautiful foot sweep by him, by Patricio. When you guys are watching these fights, what are you guys seeing as fans? That's kind of what I want to know. Like, what do you guys see? Like, what are you guys watching right now? What are you guys seeing? Like, are you seeing, is Patricio hesitant? Is Dan now all of a sudden hesitant because of the takedown, and the easy takedown was like a nice lift slam, and then he got back up, foot sweep. That's going through Dan's mind now. Okay, look, he wants to wrestle. And if I go ahead and overextend, I could end up in a body lock, or I can end up in a position where I get taken down. I mean, I want to remind people, like you had Juan Archuleta, wrestled at Purdue, fantastic, former Bellator champion. Patricio was able to just, handle him and take him down, stuff all of his takedowns as well. All of those things. Ooh, nice. Caught him right off the top of the head right there. Dan did. Dan threw the little spinning heel kick, was able to glance off the top of the head. I think a lot of the pressure right now is on Patricio to get this win. I think if he gets the win over Dan, it relieves the pressure for the next round, and not the next round, but the next fight. So whatever happens, I get the win. Okay, look, I'm gonna move. I can go ahead and move on. Miguel, why do most MMA gyms talent dry out? No fighters are coming out of TriStar or Jackson Wink. It goes in phases, man. The other thing I want to say is, gyms have a problem with. I feel like the gyms have a problem with, and it's no knock on them whatsoever. But there's money to be made if you're a gym owner, not calling the gym your name. So like I own gyms. So I owned Knox gyms. I had jiu-jitsu gyms, CrossFit gyms. They're all called Knox. Well, Knox is a clothing line that I own. And so the more I push my own clothing line, my clothing line then started to do better. And so if I had gyms name that, and then I also gave all my members a discount code to buy anything off of my my website for their clothing, when it was like CrossFit apparel, all of that stuff. So I'm advertising my own clothing line on top of that. And now I've sold those gyms now, but now I own a UFC gym. So I own a 50,000 square foot UFC gym as well. So now that, like, I've worked with different companies that I work with now through our websites, or not websites, but through our podcast and the other podcast that I do called Bad Takes with Angelo Bodetti. And then I do that one. I do another one with Bobby Lashley and Rich Chow. That's called Dad Dojo. If you guys have checked that out. But I mean, they've got to advertise. Why not do what Kill Cliff did? Kill Cliff is like a energy drink company. So why not name your gym Kill Cliff, do a deal with them? Like, no one cares what the gym name is as long as the talent is there. And so, and no one, and sure, they care if the coaches, who the coaches are, but the coaches are not going to go anywhere just because the gym is not named after them, or they shouldn't. So like Jackson Wink, right? I mean, there's money to be made there. Why not? Why not advertise the gym to whatever it is, that whatever sponsor you can get? You can get, if you can get a, a $5,000 or an $8,000, um, sponsorship to sponsor your gym a month. I mean, and maybe even more, depending on like Kill Cliff. I mean, I would imagine that's getting a lot more than 10, 15 grand a month, whatever it is. You're paying the coaches, you're paying, you're keeping the lights on. But you've got world class fighters in there. They're getting a lot of advertisement out of that at the Kill Cliff gym. So, and once that deal gets done, it's no different than like a SAP Arena, right? Or a Staples Center, or it's now Staples Center is called like the Crypto something, I believe. So all of those things being said, I think there's money to be made in those areas. I guess I get to get back into the fight with Patricio and with Dan. This is not the fight that I expected. I literally expected both guys to be slinging it. I don't know. We're only 2.5 minutes into the second round, but we're halfway through the fight pretty much. And both guys have a little bit too much respect for each other. I mean, Dan's never fought this cautious. I think I haven't seen Dan fight this cautious against a lot of guys. So I don't know what it is about him right now, fighting cautiously against Patricio. A lot, and I guess it goes back to a lot of these guys have so much respect for Patricio, even though he hasn't been in the UFC. I mean, you heard Yair Rodriguez say, like, I was just fighting cautiously, and oh, big shot. Sands Dan to the ground. Oh, big shot. Patricio got to be very careful, though. Dan's got power. Doesn't matter. Nice. Oh, big elbow there. Patricio got to be very careful. Like, he's been known to get carried away in some of these exchanges. Look, back in the old day, he's got big power, though. Chin. Dan's got it. Dan's going to keep covering up. Patricio got to continue to be careful in these tight exchanges when Dan's against the fence. That was a big exchange for Patricio. How tired is he after that exchange? There's a lot of pressure there. I like how calm he was, though. He wasn't rushing it. He knows he caught Dan. People don't realize how hard Patricio hits. He's just got to pull the trigger. And I think he's just gotten so comfortable in this style of fighting where he sees everything in front of him now. And fighting someone like a Yair is different than fighting someone like a Dan who's going to be right in front of you. Yair's not going to be right in front of you. Punches and kicks be coming from everywhere, like Chris Tucker on Rush Hour. Like, which one of y'all kicked me? Yeah, this is where Patricio got to be very careful of the big overhand right or the big left hook. Nice, nice, nice. Good top position. Great timing on the takedown. Beautifully done, though. Miguel Gomez, did I answer your question, though? That's what I want to know. Why did the talent dry out? I mean, like most people just kind of want to change a pace, though, too. Also, what you do is when you find out you've got certain fighters in a gym that can be kind of toxic, people don't go there anymore. So, let's be honest, John Jones and Rashad Evans situation that split a lot of their talent that was there. That's one. Two is, after John won, it just kind of it left the coaches in a weird position. It left everything really weird. Fighters are like, I don't want to go there. That could end up happening to us or to me. And they showed kind of where they're at in that position, and I don't want to be part of that. So in that situation, like I think since then, I haven't seen a lot of fighters, new developed fighters out of there. So yeah, that could be said for other like the Militich Training Center, like naming it Militich, naming it Jackson Wink, all of those situations. I think they provide problems sometimes. You should be able to. I think if you name it something after, it's not named after any one person. I think that you can sell and people remember. Oh, Kill Cliff Gym. Oh, okay, I got it. Now you have that. AKA has always been American Kickboxing Academy. It's not even. They do a ton of kickboxing in that gym because it's a real gym. It's been that. Oh, straight right. Sat him right to his knee. Nice elbow though by Dan on the return. The timing on the takedown was beautiful for Patricio. I'm just wondering, like in this third round, like I mean, the first round could have went either way. The second round for sure went to Patricio because he was able to drop Dan, put the pressure, finish the round on top. Max getting the goods wrapped, which is his hands. uh Kyrian W. Are you talking about my shirt? Or are you talking about Max Holloway's shirt? Yeah, this shirt's awesome, right? That's right. That's right. Oh, that is hey Zed, bro. He's doing pretty well, and Dan is still ranked in. Oh, that was a big kick. I don't know if that kick caught him or if it just hit him into the gut or what it was. It's nice. Oh, you don't want to be in that range right there. That's where Patricio makes his living is in that boxing range. Dan with the beautiful kick. I don't know if that caught him and sat him a little bit, or we'll have to take a look on the replay when they play it. Oh, here we go. The replay's up. Oh, yeah. The knee caught him beautifully right on the timing of it all. Oh, Patricio's got to get this. He's got to win this round. I think the first round was so close. You don't know what happened. Second round, he dropped him. You go Patricio. Patricio goes so good at the takedowns. Yeah, Dan with the great exchange. Watch out for that arm and guillotine. Oh, I guess what makes me a little nervous is, you can't let this go to the judges. This is one of those fights that both guys are letting it hang out now in the third round. So I kind of feel like whoever wins this third round wins the fight. And right now you've got, I feel like you've got Dan winning the fight because that switch kick that landed to the head, that clawed him clean. Dan's got to, or not Dan, but Patricio's got to land something clean, kind of try to steal this round back. There's still 3 minutes left. Dan fighting, this is a much more relaxed Dan Ige. This is the way that Dan should have, I felt like Dan should have been fighting. I feel like Dan should have been fighting this way in rounds 1 and 2. A little bit more relaxed, a little bit more calm. Oof. Says here, Leroy, do you think Pitbull was put up to UFC on early age? He would have a chance on the title. Yeah, I think he would have. It really comes down to who was the champs around that time. At 135, I think, him and TJ Dillashaw would have been fun. Him and Henan Barrow would have been fun. Him and Dominic would have been a difficult fight for him because Dom moved a lot more than TJ Dillashaw did. TJ still stood in front of you and had power, but I don't think a lot of guys would have stood. That's at 135. Sorry, I was thinking 135. At 145, it would have been Jose Aldo. So I mean, who knows? Like that during that time, that would have been a fun fight. Would have been a fun fight. Tricio looking for that takedown. He's got to let those hands go, man. He's got to let those hands go. Got 2 minutes left in the third. Last round, I really feel like whoever wins this round wins the fight. And see, there's no follow-up. Patricio just need to follow up on this. I don't know what it is or why, but there's just no follow-up. I feel like it's the level of like it's new promotion, just trying to figure that out. I think it's the stress. After being in Bellator for his whole career, right? I mean, coming to somewhere new, everyone's kind of looking at you differently. Like, should you be here? Are you like, why didn't you come earlier? I know that when the UFC bought Strikeforce, I got a lot of questions like, how come you didn't come earlier, man? Like you were in your prime. Like, why didn't you come when you won the title? And I was like, well, you guys know you guys know MMA contracts. You can't come when you're the champ. And then even afterwards, it was like, there was just so much more. There's just a lot. So I think, him being where he was at for a long period of time. Hopefully this is a good fight though. Every man JWL. Yeah. So I'm having problems with mine too, man. It keeps like freezing. So I'm getting the freeze on it all. It's frozen a couple times already. Patricio in this reverse heel hook position, but Dan's doing a good job of protecting his leg. I mean, there's 20 seconds left. Patricio really got to try to make some sort of an appearance here. I don't know how the first round went. They gave it to Dan, if they gave it to Patricio, but the second round went to Patricio. This third round could have went to Dan because of that early knockdown. I feel like Dan's winning this round. Oh, it's not. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Definitely not the fight that I expected. I expected it to be a lot more combinations thrown by both parties. I expected Dan to come forward a little bit more. I expected Patricio, to be a little bit more aggressive too with his striking. So I think both guys just have so much respect for each other. Sometimes that's the fight you get. Oh, that was beautiful. I was in the first round right there. Nice job. That one right there caught him flush. Depends. Caught the leg, came in. Falling forward, trying to grab the leg. I mean, we're gonna find out. You guys can tell me. Let me know what the scores are. Tell us how you really feel, Zed. Zed's dead, buddy. Zed's dead. Tell us how you really feel, Zed. This was my second and most anticipated fight of the night, and I'm so disappointed. I don't want to say I'm disappointed. I understand what they're going through, man. If you guys can tell me what the scores are. Tell me what the scores came at. Go ahead. Come on. That was not 50K. And that's my point. Matt Grantham. Like, it's a split decision, it seems like. Oh, Patricio with the win. Yeah. I really feel this will get like that pressure off of his back. That puts Patricio, I think, in the rankings now, because I think Dan was number 15 or 14. So I think that puts Patricio in the rankings now. And hopefully he can just let it all go by the side now and just fight. I mean, let's be honest. I think Graham was saying it too. I think it was Graham. Yeah, Matt Grantham. I mean, same thing. That was not 50K. And I feel the same way. That was not Patricio Pitbull. I know that wasn't I know that wasn't 50K either. Dan Ige is a lot more aggressive, he pushes the pace a lot more. Yeah, man. I don't know. Definitely one of those fights that I expected to be a lot more like slugfest style. Dan Ige is a guy who walks forward, really tries to put it on you. Doesn't matter who it is. And take a look back when he fought Barboza, and those guys, like when he fought guys that were strikers and known for their powers and their kicks and all that, he just walks you down. He didn't do that tonight. A lot of people, I think a lot of these guys have a lot of respect for Patricio's power. He's not a big guy. So they look at him and they're like, man, there's something about this guy that he's been knocking these dudes out. And you're like, oh, like he knocked out Michael Chandler. I mean, like he dropped him, went to finish him, all that stuff, right? And referee stoppage. So TKO. But regardless, these are all things that he did when Chandler was champion in Bellator. He did it. Was able to finish him. So, hey guys, if you guys got some questions, go ahead and throw them out there, man. Please invite Tito to do commentary with me. One of the greatest light heavyweights of the night. Tito's a good dude, man. Tito Ortiz. I'm assuming that's who you're talking about. So why don't you guys have more refs on the pod? Because you realistically, what am I going to have a ref on for? I've got the guy who helped write the rules. I got the guy who helped push the rules through. John and I do butt heads a lot on the rule stuff every once in a while. I do it from a fighter's perspective. He does it from a ref's perspective and a commission's perspective, which, I don't always see eye to eye with. But yeah, I mean, having refs on too, what am I going to ask them? You don't want to ask them about past fights because they put themselves in a situation for people to question their decision making. and they already get enough flack. And so that's one reason why I want to let them be. I'd love to have. I talk to Jason Herzog all the time. We're always talking and texting, and I'll do videos, and when we do our podcast, he'll comment on some of my posts that I've done about him and stuff. Jason Herzog, Mark Goddard, Mike Beltran, like those three guys, man, to me are probably the three best referees in the business. I love Herb Dean. I like him as a person. I didn't like him as a ref when I was fighting, but he's done a great job, for other fighters. Just me, I feel like he didn't do a good job anytime he ref me. But I like Herb though. Herb's a good dude. Cool guy, man. Really cool guy. Just because you don't like someone as a referee doesn't mean you should like dislike them because of because they're a referee. You shouldn't dislike them as a person. So I like him as a person. Good dude. Hey, go ahead and throw me some questions, man. Let's talk before this next fight gets the walk. Tell us what you think of Kevin Holland being such a huge favorite in the next fight. Walking Warrior, tell me what the odds are, because we just saw MJ. MJ was a plus 500. Zellhuber was a minus 700, and MJ won, I believe, 29-28 or 30-27. So, and the fight wasn't really close. I had MJ winning all 3 rounds. It was close. I think the 3rd round was close, but I would have went more with MJ probably in that fight as well. So I don't know what your Waking Warrior. I don't know what you're talking about. Tell me what you're talking about in terms of the odds. Other media guys, other media guys have refs on about bad fights. If anyone can do them justice, it's Big John. Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, Josh, you want to start calling for Nate Diaz at the White House? Start claiming Connor is too cooked up for the job. Maybe make some noise for them. Look, there's been some conversation. I think there's been some conversation. That's all I can say about Nate and I potentially boxing against each other. We'll see. We'll see, man. He's had plenty of deals lined up that he just hasn't seemed to be able to close. So I know that he was. The Masvidal fight was one. They almost lost that fight, leading up to it. There was so much drama in between. And then you also had, the Jake Paul fight. There was a lot of stuff going on there. They almost lost that fight a couple times. And then you had KSI fight. It did fall apart. He was supposed to fight KSI. That whole fight fell apart too. So, yeah. I'm here to box him if he wants to box. We can do little gloves. We can do big gloves. Doesn't matter. We can do 10-ounce gloves, or we can do MMA gloves. I've even said bare knuckle. I know bare knuckle is willing to pay both of us a lot of money and to have that fight. And who knows? And bare knuckle is legal now in California, and that'd be the place for us to do it. Would be in California. I think it's going to come down to all of you guys basically dogging on him, letting him know like, hey man, Josh is looking for the fight. Let's go. I'm waiting. His manager has had some contact with one of my agents, and there's been some back and forth a little bit, but it really comes down to like, obviously I think we would do it in California. We would probably do it in San Jose since Stockton's right up the road. I fought him in San Jose. I fought Gilbert Melendez 3 times in San Jose. It's all there. So, I mean, like, if there's going to be an arena that we were able to sell out, it would be San Jose. And so anytime you can sell out an arena and puts in the 19,000 seat arena or something along those lines, which I think we can, and then we throw on some of our close friends or people that we know that are looking for fights, whether it's boxing, whether it's MMA, whatever it is, I think that's one of those fights that we can put on. I think we'll end up selling out. It's up to getting it done though. There's a lot that needs to happen. People don't realize how much needs to happen. The promoters got to be willing to do it. They got to be willing to pay. That's one. 2 is they got to be able to have the arena available that can seat the amount of people that you feel like you can sell. And then you go to pricing and what do you price your tickets at? Those kind of things. So do you not, you obviously don't make it pay-per-view. So where do you put it, in terms of a network? Because it'll have to go on some sort of TV to pay for it all. Can't just be like, on something. So will it go on to Netflix? Can you do it on YouTube and still make a big enough profit? There's a lot of there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes to make that fight happen. So pure Kush, Pitbull lost. Well, I don't know, buddy. It was a close fight. Like, I'm not going to be mad either way. Let's just all be honest, it wasn't the fight that we thought it was going to be, but still, it was. The second and third rounds were good. First round was a big filling out round. That's what it came down to, is how the judges scored it. Zed, the shirt is Big John on JRE. Yes, it is. The shirt is Big John on JRE. Big John likes to tell people that he doesn't dye his beard or his hair. Take a look at how gray that is back then. Look at, he was wearing, like, I think he was wearing a Bellator shirt at the time. Okay. Yeah, I think he was wearing a Bellator shirt at the time. And so now he doesn't have any gray hair. Doesn't have any gray. He barely has any gray in his beard. So, I mean, he's probably listening to this right now, pulling his hair out, going, man, I'm going to kill you when we get on tonight, because we're going to film our show later tonight. So it drops tomorrow. Also, guys, in our descriptions down below, use the link for Drink Element. It's available for you guys. And anytime you guys use that link, they'll send you some bonus packages, sample packs of all their flavors, and go ahead and give them a try, man. They're awesome. I love their stuff. It's a hydration company. I use it mainly before I go to sleep, and I use it when I first wake up right before my workout. I got, let me see how many rounds we do today. We probably did about 12, 13 rounds of jiu-jitsu today, plus some rotate training, top, bottom sweep, that kind of thing. So we did that for another hour. So, I mean, we were trained for about 2.5 hours today. So jiu-jitsu wise, man, my face is all like, I haven't trained in a gi in a while. And so I've got like gi burns on my cheeks. My back of my ears are raw from the gi. So these young bucks, man, they got me. Joe Buck, what weight would I box Nate at? I think it really comes down to him, man, but I'd try to keep it around the 175 area. I'd say I'm walking 75 right now, so I'd try to keep it around that 170, 175. I wouldn't want to go above 80. I'm not that big. So he's 6'2", I think is how tall he is, and he carries the weight pretty well. And so, but yeah, whatever. I would like to see probably like around 175. I think that'd be an ideal weight for me. I thought he had. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh my gosh, this says Jerry Outlaw. Look, I haven't seen who he is on this thing. Jerry Outlaw, you all love Moneyberg. He could headline the White House and become Trump's favorite fighter. So I never heard of this guy, but people keep going off about him and sending me clips on him and stuff. I've only seen one clip as of recently, basically talking about someone trying to expose him because he got his black belt in 3 years. But I don't know anything else about him. And they're trying to compare, saying, hey, BJ Penn only got his in 3 years. He's saying he got his black belt as fast as BJ Penn. And I'm like, damn, that's wild. That's wild. So, I mean, I don't know. Must be good. Gary, I'm going to work hard to make some noise for you. Bring me out when it happens. Gary, if you can make some noise for me along with everybody else on this, you go right ahead. All right. And then once the fight does get close to getting contracted, I'll have you on. Okay. Promise made, promise kept, right? So let's go ahead and do it. Look, it's just going to come down to he's not easy to deal with. I think that's really what it comes down to. Everyone knows that. Anyone that's ever had to do a deal with Dana White hated doing deals with him. So, but they were able to get some stuff done when he wanted to get it done, and that's where he's at. So make sure you guys drop some questions, man. Let us all know before we get ready into this fight. I would like to see Nick get it together and do a boxing match. I would like to see Nick just get it together. I think that's really what it comes down to. I think as a human being, you want to see him do well in life. Nick is, Nate and I don't have anything against Nate, but Nick has always been a great guy, man. Great guy. If you guys go back and watch the fight, my fight with Nate, at the very end, Nick comes up to me even after the fight, pats me on the stomach, and he's like, hey man, good job. I talked to him a little bit later in the back, just a good dude. Just an absolute good dude, just in passing, and man, I just want him to get his act. I want him to get his get it together, man. That's really what it comes down to. So wishing him nothing but the best. I'm not sure if you Johnny Good Behavior, you should box Brendan Schaub. Schaub's like 260, 258, 255, somewhere around there. Bro, I'm like 170. What are you talking about? Prime Conor McGregor versus Prime Ilya. Who wins at 155? Ooh. That's a good question. I know that's a good question. I mean, I haven't seen even though Ilya is good, but Ilya, he doesn't seem like someone who gets extremely tired like how Connor did as the fight went on. In rounds 3 and 4, like he slows down a lot. Ilya doesn't seem to slow down as much as Connor did. And Ilya can wrestle, man. So we've learned that with Connor early in his career, he didn't have the wrestling. Ooh, man, D-Rod bringing the fight right now. D-Rod, oof. D-Rod with a good game plan right now. Coming out, kicking, throwing the straight left. How does Kevin Holland handle the southpaw? I guess that's the question right there. How does Kevin Holland handle the southpaw? Ooh, nice straight left again by D-Rod. This is where D-Rod makes his living. He makes it a dirty, grimy fight. Like just a fight that like you don't know where the punches are coming from. You don't know what he's gonna do. What is going on? D-Rod have something on? Oh, okay, never mind. It looked like D-Rod had something on his ear hanging, but it was Kevin Holland's red tape on his glove. I was like, what is going on? Yeah, I get a little amped up, guys. So if you guys are not used to this type of energy, man, like these guys, I get amped up off these like big fast exchanges. Ooh, Kevin Holland with the takedown. Now, Kevin's definitely the better grappler. Now, wrestling, as we all know, Kevin Holland's wrestling is not the greatest. But as you saw right there, his head down between the legs, trying to just grab the legs, trying to get the double leg, wasn't there. D-Rod did a good job. Both these guys, nicely done. D-Rod with the 74-inch reach. Kevin Holland, I think, with the 82, I think is what I saw. 81 or 82, I think is what I saw. Kevin, definitely the faster fighter. Nice. See, this is what I was talking about with Zellhuber. Zellhuber needs to learn to use what Kevin Holland is using. That little push kick up the middle really learns to keep the range. Push kick up the middle, head kicks as much as you can. It makes them want to bounce back. So if you're feeling a pressure like you're not ready to strike yet, just do that. Lift the knee, push kick to the thigh. That whole oblique kick that John Jones has made his career off of him and Holly Holm, like use that to your advantage, especially if you've got that reach advantage. AJ Money, Cliff Hurd won. I'm streaming, so a little behind. Hey, you know what? Mine's kind of off. My ESPN's off right now, man. Like it's jumpy, so letting you know. He's like, I'm streaming, so I'm a little behind. We may all end up at the same spot because my ESPN's jumpy right now. It's been jumpy. You know what's crazy is right when the UFC said that they were looking at other avenues, like to basically negotiate. My ESPN started getting bad. Like I know people had problems with it throughout, the years that they've been signed with them, but I never had any problems with mine. I had problems one time logging into my account, like to buy the pay-per-view, and it wouldn't let me do it and had to actually buy it through my Apple. I don't know, or through my iPad. So you could buy it through my iPad and then watch it, and then just watch it on my iPad then that logged me into my account on my TV. But man, I was getting so frustrated. But yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I've got a little chat going on right now with a bunch of other people that are talking about that I used to work with at Bellator and everything. They're happy to see Patricio get his win. I think it alleviates the pressure. D-Rod with the pressure. That was nice. You see how Kevin did a little hop in? He's got to stop doing that. That lets you know that you're ready to strike and just paid the price for it. Anytime you give a little jump in before you throw your punches, that lets me know when you're stuck in the air. Once your feet leave the ground, you're able to get countered right off the bat. D-Rod was able to clip him, sat him to a knee, and then he pushed him back. But right now, man, D-Rod's winning this round. This is a huge fight for D-Rod. I mean, 38 years old, D-Rod's 38. D-Rod makes it a dirty fight like this. Not dirty as in like he's a dirty fighter. Just it needs to be this style of fight for him. I'm surprised that Kevin Holland hasn't tried more takedowns. Because on the grappling area, I think that Kevin Holland is definitely the better fighter on the ground. James McCaffrey, there's open mat all the time for MMA in Missouri. I'm sure there is. Cliff Hurd won. Where are you at, Josh? Time in. The round just ended. So he's talking to Kevin Holland's talking to Tate right now. Or actually getting Vaseline on. Where are you guys at? Time in, end of round one, Cliff one. What's OF? I thought that was a good round for D-Rod. D-Rod had some good exchanges. He was the one pushing the pace. I feel like he landed the cleaner shots. You know, Kevin's got to mix it up a little bit more. He's got to get in that. Nice little cut on the cheek there. Tate, man, one of the best corners in the game, man. Love Tate. Tate's a good dude. Isn't it crazy, man? Tate made his career off of the whole Ultimate Fighter situation, right? With those guys. I think an Ultimate Fighter won, correct? Like with Koscheck and Swick and those guys. Like he made his hey man, he's been in the game since then. Nuts. You got Theo Vaughn right there, I think, in the background. That dude showed up early again. I think once he came early that one fight, almost felt like every time he goes to a show now, there's pressure for him to come early. Like he has to come now. It's at the early prelims. Like he did that to himself. Yeah, I'm at the start. Clifford won. Clifford won. I'm at the start of the second round. I'm at 440 right now in the second round. AJ Manny. Nah, he used to talk a lot. Tate did. You know, he don't talk as much anymore. He's got a good job. He's got a good thing going, man. He don't talk too much now. Big shot by D-Rod. Oh, man. Sat Kevin Holland down. Oh, man. Nice. He's trying to put him away. Don't gas yourself out. He's got the pass, though. He's in that top position. This is where Kevin Holland's better off probably being. Kevin needs to try to work his way back to full guard. D-Rod, tell him to get up. Smart play by D-Rod. Back out. He's got to put that pressure. D-Rod got that dog in him, man. I've been saying this forever. I always get him and Fluffy Hernandez, mixed up. Because they both just come forward. I know Fluffy's a little bit more technical on the ground, got good wrestling. But man, I think all the tattoos and the style, like the way that they just come forward. There it is again. I did not expect this. Hey, Kevin Holland in a lot of trouble right now. Big shot by D-Rod jumping in the guard. Big shots. This has that Fedor look to it a little bit. The way, like D-Rod got them long arms, man. I mean, I know that Kevin Holland's arms are a little bit longer, but man, D-Rod doing a great job from that ground and pound position there. Oh man, so close to getting that finish. I like what Kevin Holland's doing right now. He's getting that wrist control, trying to minimize the damage. D-Rod kind of gassed himself out a little bit, though. That's where he's got to be careful, because if you go back to the Ponzinibbio fight when he fought in his last fight, he got extremely tired in that third round. I mean, there's that grappling. Nice job on D-Rod to back out. Now he's got to get after. He got we're 2.5 minutes left still in the second round. How fast does Kevin Holland recover? D-Rod with some great pressure. I mean, he's bringing the action, man. Nothing you can say about that. I mean, he's winging him, though. You can see he's taking some deep breaths. Took a step back right there, taking some deep breaths. 2 minutes in. Kevin in phenomenal shape. He's not even breathing hard right now, Kevin. Oh, nice takedown. Way to enter. D-Rod got to get to work, man. Got to get to work on that Kimura, get to work on getting back up to his feet. Man, D-Rod on fire on the feet, man, but he's a little tired now. You can tell. There's a lot of energy put out. Trying to get that finish. That's always a concern. Always a concern of doing too much. Yo, who's 30 seconds behind, Zed? Mine just froze again. So my ESPN froze. It's back now. I'm at a minute. I'm at a minute 40 right now. I'm not a minute 40. I'm at 50 seconds now. Oh, look at that. Kevin Holland trying to win this round back. Might be a little bit too late though. This is a good round, man. Great round for D-Rod. D-Rod looking tired. Kevin Holland recovered nicely. Ooh, took a shot there though. D-Rod taking some deep breaths. Yeah. Oh, hit him again. Caught him with a good straight left. Both these guys are exhausted. Oh, watch that guillotine. Oh, man. Yep, 2-0. I'd say it's 2-0 D-Rod. I mean, first round was close. I gave it to D-Rod, though. Not a lot landed in the first round, but D-Rod was the one doing the pressure and did land some stuff. Oh, beautiful. Both guys are exhausted going into the third round. End of 2. Eric Matthews. Eric was training with me. Eric Matthews out here training with me this morning, man. My neck and my back and my pussy and my crack are really sore fucking from training today. Man, I got beat up. Oh, it was horrible. All these young bucks come in. They're all like, 195, 202, 206, 208 pounds. All good grapplers. And of course, they see some old retired MMA guy come in. They all want to train. Hey, man, you want round next? I'm like, bro, I just went with your boy over there. He's friggin' big too. He's good too. But yeah, I'm a little bit recovered. I'm drinking my coffee right now because I got to film after this. So I got to be up till probably 3 a.m, making sure we get our show out for you guys tomorrow. So appreciate you guys all following and watching the live. But yeah, man, we're having some fun. Both rounds were close. I always favored the end of the round over the beginning. Gary, I favored the end also because that's really the last thing that sticks out in the judge's mind, unless someone got dropped in the first part of the round. I mean, that's got to have to supersede the what happened at the end, unless you got dropped again or you just got destroyed the rest of the round, which is highly unlikely if you're the person that got dropped. Yeah, I think D-Rod's got this one. He just can't afford to get too tired in this third round. I mean, that last round, they both put out a ton of output. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were saying 2018. I'm looking over on the scorecards, but people on the side from X or Threads, they're all posting talking about, man, D-Rod, man. They're talking about D-Rod being up 2018, 20 to 18. What's up, Eric? Giving me deuces like you're out of here, or you just stopped in to say hi? Is that what it is? Stopped in to see if I'm dead or not. 4 minutes in, very even. Yeah, Kevin looks fresh, man. Kevin's recovery is good. He just doesn't have the output right now. You might look like you're the fresher fighter, but you got to throw. There you go. There you go. Man, D-Rod must have some power because every time he lands clean on Kevin, man. See, this is what I'm talking about, though. Kevin, though, right now he's taking it seriously. There it is. Big shot by Kevin Holland. Great top pressure. Bring it. This is what I was concerned about. D-Rod being the older fighter. I think D-Rod's like 37, 38 years old. The recovery is not there. And so just having a great round in the second round. But, man, look at the dog in him. Oh, he's got to be careful. Watch that doors. Oh, oof. Man, Kevin bringing the action in this third round. He's got to get the finish, I believe. D-Rod won the first 2 rounds. So he's got to get the finish unless it ends up being a 10-8 round. Oh, Beltran's looking a little close right now. He's got to be careful, man. Beltran is looking a little bit close. I see him. He's getting a little happy feet. This is when you know a ref is thinking about stepping in. You see the happy feet. You see the feet can't stop moving. And the referee, when that's like, as fighters, out of the peripheral of my vision, I'll check and see, like, what's the ref doing? And then I'll go harder. If it looks like he wants to stop it, I'll do a little bit more work. Oh, D-Rod with a big, oh no. Kevin Holland got hit with a beautiful uppercut. Or he landed a beautiful uppercut. Oh, D-Rod with the takedown. The drag down. He ends up, oh man. 2 minutes left. Both these guys are exhausted. What a fight, man. Both these guys giving it their all. D-Rod just turned. He's got this fight won. This is giving me flashbacks to Johnny Evelyn, Van Steenis. The length of, oh man, D-Rod. D-Rod, gotta be careful with that triangle. Them long limbs, man. Chael Sonnen, Anderson Silva. Watch out. Yeah, he's got to be careful. Oh, he's got to push that leg. Be careful. I can let go of that fence. It comes Beltran. Holy shit. What a fight, man. These guys are letting it hang, man. Love this fight. I get them toes out of that fence. D-Rod almost with the pass. Almost with the pass. Oh. Damn. D-Rod and Mount. She's got to maintain 1 minute. 1 minute he's got to maintain. Oh, come on, ESPN. Come on, man. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. D-Rod on that front headlock. 15 seconds left. Oh, he's that guillotine trying to push that wrist. Man, D-Rod, man, he came to fight tonight. How do you guys have it? Oh, it's finishing it off. Damn. What a fight, man. D-Rod with a great performance. Great performance. Whew. What a fight. What a fight, man. I mean, the dogs came to win tonight. Michael Johnson, now D-Rod. I mean, what were the odds? Can anyone post what the odds were on that fight? Dang. He caught him right on the button, right on the chin, right on the tip of the chin. And just Holland just hadn't recovered yet. Damn. See, this is what but no, this is the Kevin Holland, like not goofing around, like, but he came to fight. He came to fight, man. He brought the action. This is a great fight. So far for me, it's pretty much fight of the night. I thought the Vettori and Allen fight was a great fight. One of the other prelims, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, was a really good fight as well. But man, great fight, man. Great fight. Let me see here. Whew. Man, Kevin looks exhausted. He looks disappointed in himself. I mean, disappointed in the fact that I don't think he's gonna have to win, but man, I thought he fought a good fight. D-Rod just came a little bit more prepared. D-Rod was ready for the wrestling. D-Rod came for the wrestling. He threatened everything in all positions. Yeah, man. Yeah. Wow. Hey, if you guys can you guys is it 30-27? Let me know if it's 30-27 or 29-28. I felt like it was 30-27 D-Rod. I think one of them might have given it a 29-28 to D-Rod, but still 29-28. Whew. All right, so you guys that weren't here earlier, DC out here looking like Barney. Like, come on, bro. You cannot wear that outfit. Like maybe when you were fighting it light heavy, but I love you, brother. Oh man. Someone got to tell him. Tell him. Oh, someone said earlier, man. DC out here catching strays. Jeez. Oh, he hit him with a nice uppercut right there. Yep. That sat him down. That sat him down. Damn. Just great job. I was concerned that D-Rob was gonna punch himself out because that happened so early, I think, in round 2 that they're like, you don't like someone who's 38 years old is gonna have a harder time recovering. You saw that, I think, for both of them, for D-Rod anyways, going into the 3rd round. He looked like he was a little bit more exhausted in that 3rd round. If you guys can tell me what they were talking about. Great fight by D-Rod, man. Great job for him. He's going to break into the rankings now. He wasn't in the rankings before, you know? Theo Vaughn in the house. Kamaru and Kayla Harrison. We've got what fight do we have next? Someone want to tell me what fight we have next? This fight right here is really intriguing to me. Does Khamzat Chimaev gas out after round 1.5? And does DDP withstand the storm in that first round? Can he stop the takedowns? And if he doesn't stop the takedowns, can he get himself back up? Can he avoid the submission? I mean, these are all questions that need to be answered, man. Paulo Costa coming up next. A lot of talk. He wants Chimaev next. You know, I mean, if Chimaev wins the title, they're gonna probably run it back again on the rematch for DDP, given his success. And then you've got Kopylov here, who's, I mean, I want to know how he's gonna handle Costa's like explosiveness. Like the power is there, but I think the explosiveness, someone like Costa is like, he's just so he's so explosive that it's hard to get a beat on him on when he's gonna go. Let's see here. What do you guys think, man? Should John Jones? I'm gonna get you guys hit me up in the comments. Should John Jones and Tom Aspinall still the champion? Should Tom give John Jones a chance at the title at the White House? Is that what we're doing? That's a good? I think that's a good question. What do you guys think? Let's see here. Zeke 662, Josh, you failed on your dog walk pick. I know, man. Josh, you forgot majority of the fights in your hometown. Was it hard? And do you think Dustin will handle the home crowd emotions? Look, Dustin's got a lot more emotions going on, not just home crowd emotions. But I think for him though, it helps that he lives in Florida though now. So I mean, I'm sure he probably has a house in Louisiana, or I'm sure he's probably got a house in Louisiana. So when he goes back home to visit, he's got a place to stay with the family and stuff, or he stays with family. But that being said, I lived in the town that I fought in, and I trained in the town that I fought in. So what happens is they all come to you for tickets. And so what I did was I created like a link where people buy tickets through and I hired an assistant, and she handled all of my ticket sales. So I wasn't bothered with it. My very first fight in San Jose was Clay Guida, and selling tickets for that fight was so difficult. It was like all the press, because I was the co-main event. It was all the press. It was for the lightweight title, and there was just a lot going on in that time. And so like just realizing I did all the press for it leading into it. People forget that fight was the biggest fight. Had the most sold the most tickets, I think, live event for a long time, in North America. I believe it was, for sure in California, but I believe it was North America. until like the GSP fight went up to Canada or whatever it was. We had 19,800 we had sold, for an MMA fight, and no other event had ever sold that much. And it was 19,882, I think, or something along those lines, of a sold out crowd. And being on that card, I sold probably close to almost $200,000 in tickets myself. And so that was very difficult to manage those. And I was doing it myself. I didn't hire an assistant. Then losing that fight, I opened my eyes. I said, look, I can't run tickets to people. I can't be in charge of handling tickets and having the responsibility of it. But the promoter, gave us a great deal. I was making another 12 or 4 at that time, 12%. I was making 12% of all my ticket sales. So at $200,000 in ticket sales, I was making 12% of that. So I made that on top of what I was making at the time for that fight. I was very highly paid, to fight Clay Guida for the title. And yeah, I made a lot of money that fight, and not happy with my performance and being upset about it. So it was very difficult in this situation with him. He doesn't live there, I don't think, and he's not handling ticket sales, because we know that UFC fighters weren't doing that. They're not doing that. They're not running tickets around. They're not selling tickets. They're not handling all that stuff. So at the time with Strikeforce, we were doing that. A lot of the guys that were on the main card, or a lot of guys that were, especially the guys in the prelims, were definitely doing it. It's just hard not to take that. But for him, he lives in Florida. Him fighting in Louisiana, sure, he's got family and friends, but majority of his friends, like people that he's close, like I would say most recently close with, all live probably in Florida. So that being said, I think it's a little bit easier, and not handling ticket sales, just worrying about the fight. Now the press, all this has been surrounded around him. So yeah, it is a very difficult thing, I think, for him to do. He's done more interviews probably for this fight than any fight he's ever done, even the title fights, because this is his last fight. It's his last hurrah. They wanted to give him as much attention as they possibly could. But if you guys saw him step on the scale yesterday, damn, he looked ripped. He looked shredded. He looked lean. Could have been the tan, but he looks phenomenal. So hopefully I answered your question there, buddy. Zeke662. By the way, thanks for the super chat, bud. Appreciate it. D-Rod versus Holland is just an average day in SoCal. This is true. This is true, my man. Like if you're living like in the Huntington Beach, Newport, Costa Mesa, in that SoCal area there, yeah, you're probably right. Y'all be fighting on the beach. Y'all be fighting on the downtown areas. Jeez, man. I used to go down there all the time and train with Razor Rob McCullough for some of his fights. And when I go down there, man, it was hilarious. There was a lot of fights that I saw, especially like on a Thursday or Friday, Saturday night down there, watching them down there. Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Zed, Nate Diaz sounds like that woman who thinks she will find a better match, but she ends up dying single. Zed, you are correct, my man. Yeah, I'm gonna use that in one of my clips, brother. That's hilarious. It's true. It's funny. Like, oh, well, if a man wants me, like that's how he is. He's like, oh, if someone wants to fight me, man, you got to do this, this, and this. And then at the end of the day, you end up alone. And you end up single, alone, no kids, and then having to like basically freeze your eggs. That's pretty much where he's at right now. And the crazy part is it's boxing. It's not like we have to work wrestling. It's not like we have to work jujitsu. It's not like we have to work any of the grappling and pummeling. Like it's really, we're working just our hands. There's no kicks involved. We're just working our hands. I can't explain. I'm like, bro, we could sell out San Jose and Northern California at the SAP Arena. I have no doubts that we could sell it out. And if we couldn't sell it out, it'd be very close, because that arena is the one that held the record at 19,800. So I know that we could probably get close to that 15 to 7, I'd say 15,000 mark. I've gotten that number before on my own. Back when I fought for Strikeforce, we were close to that number. So, Azarim 88, would you travel and train with fighters for YouTube? Yeah, I would. Actually, I really would like to do that. I think what the difficult part is as I have 2 young kids, man, and my son, from those of you guys that listen to our podcast, is my son he's like on a national team for lacrosse here in Dallas. And so we do a lot of traveling. And so I like to be as present of a father as I possibly can, and then also too with my daughter who's a lot younger. But I try to be as present as I possibly can for that. So spend a lot of time, working with him, footwork drills, strength conditioning, all that stuff. So that's kind of my priority right now. And I think that's a big reason why you're seeing tonight, right? Dustin retiring at a younger age, still older, but younger age, and wanting to have another kid and wanting to spend more time with his daughter and just, and be a family man. And so I think that's kind of where I'm at. How fast does Rockhold KO Till? Look, obviously you all know that Rockhold's one of my good buddies. Trained with him for years. Love the guy like a little brother. He's definitely like a little brother. Um, it, he's gonna have his hands full, man. Darren Till fights better in a phone booth, whereas Luke needs to fight at range, and Luke struggles when he can't fight you outside of range, and Darren Till struggles trying to fight you outside. So I think Darren Till is going to try to close that gap, and I think Luke's going to try to keep it at range. So it really comes down to who can implement their game plan, who's going to be able to make them respect each other. 10-ounce gloves. I think that Luke, he's got the power, and the way he switches stances, he's going to make it difficult for Darren Till. But the faster fighter is Darren Till. So it's going to be difficult. It's going to be a tough fight. It's going to be a very tough fight for Luke, and it's going to be a tough fight for Darren Till. It's going to be fun though, because I believe it's going to be in the UK, from what I understand. So I got people trying to call me, man. What's going on? I try to put this thing on silent. How about the do not disturb? Told people I'm doing live, so I was like, hey man, you guys can't be calling me up. Oh, okay. Oof. Let's see. How do you guys see this fight going? Who do you think is going to take it? Let's go. How do you guys see this fight going? Ross Patrick, I coached college lacrosse. What level do you see him in a few years? He just turned 11. So where do I see him? We've got a long ways to go. So I'm not gonna. It's a long process, man. It's really a long process. So, look, I got to be honest. If he plays in college at all, I'll be extremely happy. I don't care if it's D3, D2, D1, any of it. I don't care. I'm just saying I'll be happy. I guess my concern is I think for any person's concern is when you have somebody who loves to play a game and then they have a higher expectation, like they want to go, let's just say they want to go D1, but then a D2 school offers them and he'll be like, I don't want to play then. That's what concerns me. I'm like, yo, like to go and get a free education and be able to play a sport you love playing. That's really important. I know a lot of kids that they chose not to do something like that. And that's what's frustrating. They're like, nah, I'd rather just not play. And their parents are just pulling their hair out. So yeah, I'm trying to. Oh. Mm-mm. Uh-oh. My ESPN just shut. Damn it. What the hell just happened? I don't know. All right, guys, hold on. ESPN just shut. Let me see here. Zeke662, it says, chat everyone, go on Nate Diaz social media and write him Josh Thompson out, our champ. That's right. I like Zeke662. Thanks, brother. You guys make sure you guys do that for me. I'd really appreciate it. Let me see. There we go. Got it. Oh, you got to be kidding me. There we go. We're back. I'm trying to use this. All right, go ahead. Tell me, what do you guys got? Z662, Zeke662. Good idea. I like that. See, a lot of teamwork over here, guys. Josh could prime Bobby Lashley, have been UFC champ. Prime Bobby Lashley. It's hard for me to say. Bobby came up is just one of the best wrestlers around, man. And so, I mean, he was a multiple time national champ. I mean, number 2 or number 3 on the Olympic ladder, when he walked away and started to get into pro wrestling. Bobby Lashley is just a gifted athlete, man, but he works hard. Look at him now, still working extremely hard. Ooh, nice straight left, though, by Kopilov. Ooh, Kopilov looking good right now. Paulo Costa, if Paulo Costa just brings the energy that he did in the Yoel Romero fight, I mean, that style of fighter, someone who just brings it, just lets it go. I think this could be a short night for Kopilov. I think that Paulo Costa can end up getting him out of there. Both fish in that filling out process right now. Oof. Ooh, just that right there. Those power kicks to the body by Costa. And you can just see, like Kopilov going, like, man, this guy throws recklessly. Those are all things that, as a fighter, you're like, man, what is? Oh, big shot by both. Both kind of landed their shots. Ooh, nice kick though by Kopilov. Nicely done. Kopilov a lot bigger than I thought. I always thought he was a smaller middleweight. No, he's got some size to him. You know, the physical size of Costa. He's not tall, but he's thick. Like his upper body, he's explosive. Let's see if he slows down. If Costa slows down as the fight goes on. But I'm looking at this style of fight, man. This is going to be a fun fight. You got Brennan Allen, who won earlier tonight, and Vittori, who lost. I think they were ranked 10 and 11, I think, at the time. Both these guys are ranked 13 and 14, so one after the other. Looks to be a very evenly matched fight right now. Jerry Outlaw, you think Costa's going down? Costa's going down? I don't know, man. I like that little dip. Every once in a while, throw that little dip in. Ooh, nice shot, though, by Kopilov. Hit him with the right hand and then followed up with the straight left just at the end of the punch. So it didn't land. It landed clean, but just not enough on it. Ooh, nice head kick. I don't know where you guys are at in the Granite 617 member for 8 months. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. In the Granite 617. God love. Nice. In the from a mass hole. What? Uh, chips and dip, baby. Let's go. Kopilov, nice returning the kicks. He can't just let Paulo Costa dictate the pace of this fight. He's got to take it over. I like how he's mixing it up. That little up right, up left hook, up left, uppercut. I think is what you're saying. Nice straight to the body though by Paulo Costa. Oh, big straight right though. Costa caught him stepping in. Big shots on the side of the head. This is where you got to go elbows. Talking with the refs, like people were asking me earlier, how come we don't have more refs on in this position here? Well, in the position before, against the fence, landing those elbows is important because the refs are keeping a strong eye on how the elbows are landing and how your opponent is reacting to them. Kopilov looks like he's recovered pretty decently though. Oh, nice body kick though by Paulo Costa. I'm at 12 seconds, 10 seconds. Oh, mouthpiece Kim. Nope. Yep, end of one. 10 seconds. Costa wins round one. Yep. Costa, I had Costa winning round one for sure. If you guys can type in there and tell me what the corner is saying if you guys can hear it, because I can't hear it. Herb Dean, how do you not call a timeout last time? They're just giving him his mouthpiece. You got to wait for a break in action. So Herb's got to wait. Zeke 662. Herb's got to wait for the break in action. If you guys are just have you ever followed us on this for live stuff? That when I do my lives, we do lives every Tuesday night, 9:30 Eastern time. Check us out on Tuesday nights. Big John's on here with me as well on Tuesday nights. Live 9:30 Eastern time. We're live across all platforms. So if you can't get onto whatever platform, we're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on our YouTube channel, we're on OnlyFans. We're across all platforms. Kick, Twitch, TikTok, we're on it all. So go ahead and you guys can subscribe to us on all those platforms. Also leave us some comments. Let us know what you guys think. Kopolov's corner is telling him good round. Like, I mean, he was having a good round until he got dropped. I mean, so like that was a good round. He's got to be a little bit more active, but this him getting dropped, he lost the round. So if you're a corner, you got to tell him like, hey, you had a good round, but you lost that round because you got sat to your butt. Everything else was a good round. He did everything. The movement, the kicks, the combinations, all that was good. But see how he does that little stutter step before he steps in? Kevin Holland did it as well. He got countered off of that. Anytime you kind of like lift your lead leg and lunge forward, your feet are off the ground, which makes it easier for the person to know that you're going to throw something. And you're also in no control of your body. So it makes it easier for me to counter you. When you go ahead and lift your leg a little bit, now I just step right in and throw. Because I know you have no control. You can't bring your foot back down in time to defend whatever it is I'm doing. Your body's kind of elevated off the ground. Yeah, Paulo Costa, he's winning this fight if it comes down to like explosiveness and aggressiveness. He's just got to get out there and do it. And that's been the knock on him since the Yoel Romero fight. He just hasn't fought like that. Ooh, nice counter though on that Kopylov, because Costa left himself a little overextended, left himself out of position. Kopylov was able to counter. Nicely done. Yeah, people don't realize how hard. I know Zeke 662. Costa's kicks are hurting me. That's. I mean, if you guys go back and you guys watch the Dustin Poirier Dan Hooker fight, like that fight alone should tell you how hard those shots land. You guys just can't hear them as much because there's a crowd involved. But if you go back and watch that fight, you can hear the sound of those those are punches, not even kicks, because there was no crowd during the COVID time. And that was a nasty fight. You listen to the shots being landed. Holy sheesh, man. That was kind of one of the things during COVID when that happened. And I was doing commentary for Bellator. I would walk past the cage and I'm listening to a Patricio Pitbull fight or Patricky Pitbull fight or an AJ McKee fight, or I would listen to them hitting people. And I was like, ugh, this sounds disgusting. And especially as you got like into the heavier weights, like listening to Nemkov, just with the power he had, I was like, ugh, it was horrible. Oh, he's in trouble again. Straight right again. Rocked him. Now he's working to the body. Great job by Costa going low, though, too, and mixing it up. Now kick to the body. That's a great... People don't watch that transition. He hit him with the straight right, rocked him back a little bit, then hit the body with the left, gave space, and then kicked him to the body again. No, body shot again. Nice little uppercut. Nicely done by Costa. What is Costa doing? Like you're winning the exchange on the outside, and then he goes in and tries to grab to the clinch. Nice push kick up the middle. The way Costa's really mixing it up, he's got Kopylov. Oh, big shot again by Costa. Holy cow, man. Costa 37 strikes to Kopylov's 10, 21. Let's see, 21 in the second, and then 15 in the third so far. Sorry, in the second. Costa's winning this fight. Kopylov just can't seem to get in the range. He's real explosive, so sliding in, sliding out just enough. He understands his range. He also looks like someone's got a little bit longer arms than what his body is led to believe, like Costa does. Gets in and out so fast. When he goes, he goes. I mean, everyone said that about Yoel Romero, man, and watching those two guys get after it was impressive. I was there in the crowd watching that fight, watching that night. Oof. Post kick. Oof. Great job by Casa. Second round. Right now, he's got both rounds. I mean, so Kopolov's got to really try to get after it, pull the trigger. Ooh, nice uppercut. Costa doing a great job. Great job. Great job. Straight. Costa, man, he's got all the talent. He's just got to get the mental right. Doesn't even look like he's breathing heavy. Ugh. Those kicks. Seeing the replay of those kicks and watching Kopolov's body bleed. Like just you can see it ripple through the sides. Yeah, see, that's the problem. Like if you look at the Kopilov when he throws the jab, you can't afford to throw a lazy jab because he's going to counter you with the straight right. Costa is, and you don't want to get caught with that. You see Kopilov right now, just man, what's going on? How am I losing this fight? Zeke 662, Soldier of God versus Platinum Mike Perry. Difference in size, quite a bit. You know, Soldier of God's probably walking around, I'd say right now, like 220. You know, Mike Perry's probably walking around 190. So there he is. I mean, I'm sure the crowd's going crazy right now as they're showing this with Dustin warming up in the back in his jeans still. He's still in his jeans. Here we go. Yep, we're starting round 3. Yep, Kopilov does need a finish. He does. I got to be honest, man. The kicks of Casa they've been paying dividends because what's doing is getting Kopilov to flinch a little bit and kind of like he just kind of flinching and holding still. And then that's opening the punching. And I was saying that earlier about like the Kevin Holland situation. Like he's got to learn to throw those kicks to open up the hands. The same thing with Patricio, and Dan Egan. Like you've got to learn to throw those kicks. The more kicks you throw, the more it opens up your hands. Michael Johnson, same thing. I'm like, Michael Johnson's got such fast hands. If you threaten the kick a little bit, it freezes them for a second, and then you're able to land your boxing. that southpaw conventional, versus each other, it poses like the foots get the front feet get locked up quite a bit. They play touch butt in the park with the front hands. They're just constantly touching each other's hands. And one foot's always trying to keep the other foot outside. So like they're battling with the foot position all the time. You just got to throw. And when you're fighting a southpaw guy, right? Like if Costa's fighting a southpaw, I'm surprised he's not going more to the body with the straight right and then coming back over the top with the left hook and then going ahead and finish with a kick or finish with, another straight right. There's a body shot, but now he's got to follow up with a 2 and a 3 after that. Throw the straight right to the body, come back over the top of the left. Costa looked like he just tried to shoot a takedown. No success, but no success, yeah. Yeah, so you guys are way behind on this, right? It says ESPN is way behind on your end. Jeez, man. Clifford 1, where are you guys at? I'm at 230. I'm at 241. I'm at 238. Somewhere around there. What time are you guys at? Oh, you guys are all the way down at 3 minutes. Yeah, Costa's slowing down a little bit in this third round. He's letting Kopilov get off. And Kopilov, though, too, in all fairness, he's being a lot more active. He understands he's got to get the finish. but he's gonna have to take chances. A loss is a loss. An L next to your name is an L next to your name. Doesn't matter if it's by a TKO or KO, a submission, or the decision. An L is an L. There you go. Kopolov's just got to throw. He's got to put more than one and two together. Costa with the big kicks. Costa, man, he throws those kicks like that. Doesn't care if his shin gets broken off. Ugh. I'm like, haven't you not seen the Anderson Silva fights and the Chris Weidman fight and all the other stuff? Ugh. Corey Hill fight. Ugh. Gary, Singapore, 2 minutes. Clifford, 140. Man, you guys are all off. I'm at 130 right now. Oh, but it just froze. So maybe it'll readjust me to the real time. I'm at 131 now. So it went from 130 to 131. Wild. 120. There we go. Yeah. Kopolov's a lot better round. He's had a lot better round in the third here. Nice dig to the body, though, by Costa. Oh, takedown by Costa. I'm shocked that he's shooting takedowns, especially as you can tell he's getting a little bit more tired. Keeps dipping his head. Nice push kick up the middle, though, by Costa. Nice exchange. See, that's what Kopolov needs to do. I'm not saying lunge in like he just did, but I'm saying he's got to be a lot more active and a lot more aggressive. You got 1 minute left. You lost the first 2 rounds. And not to mention, you not just lost the first 2 rounds, you got dropped in both rounds. Just pulled the trigger. Let it go, buddy. It's 30 seconds left. I got 20 seconds left. Nice push kicks up. Those are great for when you're tired and you're trying to keep the distance and they're trying to put pressure because you know you won the round. Nice body dig there by Costa. 10 seconds. Man, Zeke, you're behind me too, buddy. Costa with a great win, man. He needed this win. He needed this win. Good fight for Costa. Great fight for him. Great fight. I thought he looked good. You know, Kopolov just missing, just couldn't get the rhythm going. Oh, those body kicks look nasty. There it goes. Ooh, straight right down the pipe. You know, the other thing too is what people need to what fighters need to remember. The longer your hair, every time you get hit, the judges see that. And it makes it look like you're getting your ass whooped, even though the shot didn't land hard, but your hair gets all it freezes all over the place. Like go back in like the flashback of like anytime you've seen Clay Guida, like his hair would be all over the place. Luckily for him, he moves his head a lot. Like, but when he got hit with big shots, you could see his hair would just like if it was a clean, hard shot, I mean, you'd see his hair go up and flop all around, and everyone's like, oh. So in those situations, like sometimes having long hair works against you. I think not in this situation here with Costa. Costa just landed the harder, cleaner shots, and it was proof was in the pudding because he sat him a couple times. So good job. Great fight by Costa. Let's see what I want to know. If you guys can tell me, did he call somebody out? Paulo wins. Yeah, we know he won. I mean, that's pretty clear. He looks like a mothball. Easy bug. Yeah, how do I look, I don't do a lot of these lives on my own, but how do we get rid of the spamming, man? How do I get rid of the spamming? I gotta get this guy out of here. He's killing me right now. I gotta go right to this. There we go. Just remove it all, right? There we go. Got it. Okay. Oh man, yep. Got to do it for every single one. I don't have the patience for that. That's not me. uh he could wait, shut up. Ryan Smitty called out the Liver King. You grabbed you had me for a second. A split second you had me. Oh man. Report and block. Report and block. You got to report and block every single time he does it. I may have to do this just because. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't give me a block option. It just says gives me a report option. There we go. Should I report him as a child abuser? It's like, oh man. Yep, that's Big John. Oh, yeah, it probably is Big John. I brought Big John with me. If you guys haven't noticed the shirt, I brought him with me today. Okay, so we've been filming now for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I've got Big John with me though. So you guys want to ask him any questions? I'd be happy and happy enough to answer them for you. In through Big John. So uh go ahead. Why don't you guys, while we have some time, why don't you guys ask me some questions? What you guys got? Oh, who did he call out? He called out Hamzat. I'm assuming he called out Hamzat because. And the second called out Chimaev. I mean, I'm not really surprised. Caught Chimaev in his girl's DMs. You know what's crazy though is that that's not that's not like the type of behavior you would expect from. You know what I mean? Like, I some type of behavior you would expect from a Muslim. Dipping into other fighters' wives or girlfriends' DMs. Just seems very just not appropriate. The man right there, Justin Gaethje. This dude, Max Holloway, what a stud. Man, when I saw his first fight in the UFC against Dustin Poirier, I went back and they were showing it, but I went back and watched it myself. Like, he came in with zero concern of who he was fighting. He's like, I don't care. Like, he fought his style of fight, and I got nothing but respect for him for that, man. Like, I mean, I know he ended up losing by like armbar triangle or whatever, but I mean, he came out like, I don't care if I'm in the UFC. I'm just gonna fight you like how I fight all my fights. And man, he was fun to watch fight. And look at these two guys now. Think about that, right? I think that was in 2012. They fought each other. Dustin Poirier to win plus 115. Method of victory submission plus 650. My odds were better. I took, for those of you guys that are just joining us, I took Dustin Poirier to win by submission. And I'm just throwing this out here because I'm thinking, how great would it be if he went out on the Gilly? If he jumped Gilly and he won to end his career by jumping Gilly, I mean, that would just be remarkable. Remarkable, man. Remarkable. So if I could see that, I think when I bet it, let me pull up the numbers. I bet it when it was, here it is. I bet every round, $100 on every round. And if I got Dustin to win in first round by jumping the Gilly, it was plus 4,000. Second round was plus 4,000. Third round was plus 5,000. Fourth round was plus 6,500. And the fifth round was plus 8,000. Now, if you just picked him to win by Gilly, like, I mean, not to win by Gilly, but win by submission, I'm thinking he's going to win by Gilly. It was going to be a plus 1,300. So I put $100 down on each one of those. I know I can only win one. I can actually win two, because if I win him to pick by submission and then he wins in whatever round, I mean, I'm going to end up walking away pretty nice. So, I put the money down. I bet $600 to win by Gilly, and then I bet some other ways on him as well. Some other fights as well. But yeah, I just thought it'd be freaking awesome if he won by jumping Gilly. I mean, just be honest. Like, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but it could. It could. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'm a Dustin fan. I like to see him get a Gilly before he ends his career. Don't be silly. Jump the Gilly. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Zeke662, you're struggling with UFC promoting boxing. Give it some time, man. Give it some time. I honestly, I'm actually encouraged, man, because, like, let's be honest. The promoters that are promoting boxing now, they ain't doing a good job. So we want to see fights of young and up-and-coming fighters. I want to see fights of fighters who are active, who want to be active and stay active. Yeah, man, that's what I'm looking for. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So, Yeah, I had heard something where someone said, one of the boxers had talked to Turkey Al Sheik and said like, "Hey, like I want to get paid this." And he's like, but he wanted a warm up fight. He's like, "I'm not paying this type of money for as a charity foundation. Like you need to fight the best guys or don't fight. Not for me, anyways." So I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like if that's how we talking to him, like we're paying all the money, you're gonna fight the way that I want you to fight. I mean, that puts the leverage back of the promoter's hands. How smart is Turkey for having Dana White as a partner? He's promoting his boxing to the UFC. Look, Dana White, I'm obviously biased because I'm a big fan of how Scott Coker is promoter. Dana White has done a great job with the UFC. Dana White is a fantastic promoter. What Dana White and Lorenzo Fertitta and Frank Fertitta and what they've all done really, really well that no other promotion has been able to do is they have been able to um they've been able to sell you fights or fighters that have not been that like that are good but not great, but they've made you believe that they're better than they are. And don't get me wrong, if you're in the UFC, you're still a remarkable fighter, but not all of them are in there as the best. And they will have you believing that some of them were the best. And not just that. I'm going to say, like, look, let's go ahead and talk about it. Their PR machine is the best in the business. And I think it's going to be the best in the business for a long, long time. But let's be honest, there was times where they had a lot of people walking up to me asking me, "Hey, can Ronda Rousey really box Floyd Mayweather?" I was like, "You guys are freaking nuts. You guys are crazy." And like that should tell you right there how great their PR machine is. Their PR machine is the best in the business in boxing, in MMA, in I think across the board in any sport. Like it's not fair to compare them to NFL and to NBA, but I mean I think they do a better job promoting than the NBA. I just think that NFL is a whole different animal, right? Like just a whole different animal. But yeah. Who walks out first? What do you mean who walks out first? Oh, for sure Mac walks out first. He's gonna walk out first and Dustin will come out second. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. I think Dustin's the higher ranked fighter, I believe. And even if he wasn't, it would still be Dustin, I believe. I think they'll make that. They've done everything for Dustin leading into this. Like you're not going to have him walk out second. This is a big deal for Max as well. Like Max, literally, if he beats Dustin, he's right there. Now you have conversations about, okay, do we let the dust settle between either Arman Sarukian and Ilya, or Justin Gaethje and Ilya? And do we have Max waiting in the wings to fight, Ilya at 155? Because a lot of people have said, and even Max had said, and other people have said that, you know, the two fights, Volk coming off the knockout loss to Islam, and then Ilya fighting him next and then knocking him out. Did he come back too soon? Max going up to 55, having a great performance there, and then dropping the weight, getting himself back down to 45. Did like that? Why did you do that? And did it affect your chin, which we found out later? Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. All those things I look at and I go, man. And then Charles only coming off the one fight win streak, but Charles is a dog, man. Charles been there before. Charles has done everything. So I didn't hold too much in that way with the Charles fight, because going up in weight, you got to give him a lot of credit for going up in weight. Charles is not a small lightweight by any means, by the way. But the first two fights, I think there was a lot of questions like, did he really win? Did the knockout happen this way? Did he earn that spot? But if Max gets a win over Dustin, that puts him right in a position to get the automatic rematch or get a rematch right after that. He'll maybe have one more fight. Who knows? Who knows? I think that they would put Max right up in that mix, because him and Ilya at 155 would be a great fight. The first fight was a good fight all the way up until the moment he got clipped. It was a good fight. So why is the timeline locked in? I'm trying to rewind 10 seconds during commercials. What kind of janky shit is this? Jaw 777. I don't know. My ESPN app's been kind of like jittery, like jumping a little bit. Like it stopped and froze for a second. And then oh man, he's walking first. Get out of here. Oh, damn. Damn. That's wild. That's wild. I can't believe they're having him walk first. Interesting. Interesting position to have. Maybe he wanted to. Who knows? Maybe he asked the UFC to walk first. Dustin has a ton of pressure on him. A ton of pressure is on Dustin right now. There's no doubt about it. Tons of pressure is on him right now. It's his last fight. But I think what it is that peace of mind. His wife that he's been with since middle school. He's got his one baby girl. I think his wife is pregnant now, I think too. So they've got baby number 2 coming on the way. Like he's got there's so much going on. Look, I think what everyone should know. In the scheme of in the fight game, this is a big deal. But in the scheme of life, this is nothing. This doesn't mean shit. Like he's gonna leave no matter what, win or lose. He's gonna leave winning in life. This guy's got an amazing wife. He's got a beautiful daughter, beautiful wife. He's got everything, man. He worked his ass off, living his dream. I got nothing but respect for this young man. Like he's the dog, dude. Like they don't make them like this anymore. I know this is no knock, but we saw tonight. We saw Zellhuber, talented, all these things. Yes, didn't live up to it, right? Like he's struggling right now. You got other young fighters. They don't seem to have. I'm not saying they don't have it. They don't seem to have it, or they haven't found it yet, or they just haven't done it yet. They don't have the dog in them. They don't have that willingness to get out there and really trade and exchange. So Max Milano Martinez, I was wrong, man. I thought for sure that Dustin was going to walk out second. I thought it was for sure he was going to walk out second, but maybe he asked to walk out first. I couldn't tell you. Zeke 662. Thanks for the super chats, you guys. You guys are killing me, man, with the super chats. I love it. Keep them coming if you guys can. We got one more fight. Then as soon as this fight ends, we'll hear the judges' scorecards, and then we'll hop off, and then I'll jump on and film with Big John. We're not going to go live tonight with Big John, but I'll go ahead and hop off when this fight comes to a conclusion. We'll listen to the judges and scorecards if it goes that far. Zeke 662. Who do you think UFC would like to see win, Dustin or Max? Dustin retirement. Max is still fighting. I think in this day and age, the UFC doesn't. What they do is they put on the best fights they possibly can, and they are out of the business of caring of who wins. I think the storybooks, obviously, story would be, hey, Dustin, we love you. We want you. This was the fight that you called for. It's in your hands now. So it's up to him. Scott Coker had told me this a long time. He was, look, I put the best fights on I can. It's up to the fighters to win. It's like, I can't handpick these things for them. I put on the best fights I possibly can. And, and they've got to get the job done. And this is Dustin. This is the fight. He wanted to fight a legend. He's getting a legend. He's getting a future legend anyways. This is the fight. So this is the fight to be had. Dustin is, I'm concerned only because there is a lot of emotions going on. But like I said, no matter how this fight goes tomorrow, like he's going to wake up winning in life. And that's huge, man. That's huge. Huge. Good for him though. Yeah. Clifford won. Absolutely. You're right. I didn't even think about that. Max has the BMF belt. That's why he walks last. I didn't even think about that. The BMF title thing on the line, it completely skipped my mind, only based on the fact that I get to watch these two guys fight again. Let's just be honest. The respect that these two deserve, the respect that Dustin does and Max does, like it didn't. I wouldn't give a shit if the belt was on the line or not. This is the fight. This is the fight to make. This is a great fight. Great fight. Oof. Oh, is that his son? I think that's his son walking behind him on the far left. Good for him, man. That's one thing. I remember when Max got so much shit because I think he was with his son or something like that, and he gave his son a kiss on the lips. His son was like 8, I think, at the time. People got all weirded out and freaked out about it. I'm like, bro, that's his son. Like what the hell? And his boy now is, cheering him on and being a huge supporter of him. I love it. I love seeing how much his son is involved with his dad's career. It's awesome. Throw it down. Throw it down. Let me. Who do you guys got in the comments down below? Throw your comment down below. Tell me who you guys got and why and how they're going to get it done. They're going to win by KO. They're going to win by jumping Gilly. Hint, hint. How are they going to win? How are they going to win this fight? Is it going to go to the distance? Both these guys, one time, the first time Dustin finished him by armbar triangle. And then the second time it went the distance at 155. This fight now is at 155. Max is somebody who I feel like is a better fighter now as he gets a little bit older. He's a better fighter at 155. The speed, like we talked about this earlier. If you're gonna change weight classes as you get a little bit older, especially in the lighter weight classes, go up. They're not as fast. Max is fast, and at 45, the speed may not be what it was, as it is now at 55. So him being at 55, I think he might be the faster fighter, and I actually think he will be the faster fighter. Does he hit harder? Absolutely not. Dustin Poirier hits harder. Who can take more shots? I mean, we're gonna find out. The first time, it seemed like every time Dustin, the second time when they fought at 155, it seemed like every time Dustin hit him, it kind of hurt Max a little bit or set him back, and it made him respect the power. This time around, Max has put the weight on a little bit better. Fight wasn't done and made like within like a 6-week period or 5-week period or whatever it was. He literally like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put the weight on. He's had success at 55. Max is the underdog, it looks like, at plus 350. Oh, no. Sorry. That's the win by KO. That's the win by TKO or KO is a plus 350. This could be a fun fight, guys. Strap in. Strap in. Here we go. Oof. I'm excited. I don't know about them pants, though. I don't know about them shorts, though. Max. I would have thought it'd be like a little bit more like Hawaiian style colors. Like red and like a pinkish reddish and blue. I don't know. Nah, then he's got what are those? Like palm leaves? Dustin does? Oof. What do you guys got? Keep it coming while we get these fights introed. Keep it coming. Zeke. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Max wins knockout. Calling it. Ooh, what round? What round does he win? Knockout. Right now, you're like, I'll take it whenever. Man in Florida, won't forget you for Nate. Yeah, just try to make sure you guys go ahead and text him, email him, whatever it is. Send him stuff on social media. Let him know. Hey, waiting on you to sign the contract, buddy. Waiting on you to stop avoiding your manager because I know he has some questions for you. Hey, Diaz don't want the smoke. We know that. It's boxing though. There was no kicks this time. I told him that I would take no kicks this time just to even the fight out. Dustin went in round 2, huh? Okay. Oh, look at we got everyone talking right now. Let me see here. Ed PTA, Dustin all day. Ed PTA, what do you mean Dustin all day? Like just by decision though, or does he win by KO, knockout? What does he got? Is that old John on your shirt? Yeah, that is the guy who said he doesn't dye his hair and his beard. Yep, that's old John on Joe Rogan. Back when he was on Joe Rogan. Yep. You guys love that shit. I thought it was great. Who else we got? Poi Troy, DP, by familiarity. Go ahead, sound that out, Josh. Zeke 662, third round. Some dude in chat. Dustin's winning KO round 2. Okay. Then my girl gonna knock me out for ignoring Texas. Bro, that's on you, dog. That's on you. Dustin by split decision. Ooh, Justin Jones. Dustin by split decision. Iceman Bentley. I've got Dustin by UD by unanimous decision. Solomon Jacobs, Max 48-47. I could see that as well. See, Everyman JWL still can't get pay-per-view. Oh, someone getting cussed out tomorrow morning, wasted. Oh man, ESPN killing people right now. I guess that's another reason to go to Netflix. Some dude in chat, love Gina Carano, MTD. I don't even know how you say that. 1911. Love Gina. We all love Gina Carano. She's amazing. Some dude in chat. I knew he'd be dyeing his shit. I knew it. Everyone knows. He always tried to tell me he don't dye his hair. Now if you guys saw the last show, he shaved it so close. He had his hairstyle shave it so close you can't see the grays anymore. So I know what I'm keen to him, man. I know what he's doing now. Ryan Smitty, I have never seen him look so old. You had ChatGPT age his ass. No, I actually had an app. There was an app that I had it made, and then I just did the shirt myself. I own a t-shirt company, so we made this just a quick little iron-on one. It was real quick. Max right hook. Oh, really? That's interesting. Man in Florida, who can beat Max 3 times? Volk. Right? All right, let's see. Buffer can be cringe. Look, Buffer's been doing this thing for a long time. He's gotten into the sport. If you guys go back to the early Buffer, not anywhere near as good as he is now. The guy's amazing, man. Guy does a great job. Some dude in the chat. What do you mean? Leave what old dude alone, bro? You know how old I am. I own my gray and my grays on the side, all that stuff. Thanks for the live, Josh. Everyone else is annoying. Oh man, what's that? Every man JWL. It's okay, man. Hey, I'll be trying to do these more for the pay-per-views. It's just hard to do them for the smaller shows because not the motivation, but the interest from everyone is not there as much. TPF MMA Piggy. I don't know what that means. Start off one. Here we go. Yep. Dave just got GPT voice and system helping us guys out. I don't know what that means. Zeke 662. Nate, we know you're in the chat. Sign the contract. Nate. Yeah, where are you at, Nate? Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. Here we go. Bless me. Ooh. I wouldn't imagine there's going to be a long filling out process, only based on the fact that they fought each other twice already. I know there's been 6-year gaps in between, it seems like 2012 and then 6 years later, and then now. So both of them are different fighters from the first time to the second time to now. 405, man. Zeke 662, you're way ahead of me. I'm at 40. I'm at 405 now. You know what's crazy is that I can watch this on my phone. If I was to watch it on my phone, it would be like ahead where you're at. But I watch it on my TV and it's delayed. And if I watch it on my iPad, it could be delayed or it could be ahead. So you have conventional versus southpaw. So you're going to get a lot of footwork between these two. Both these guys are used to fighting people that are the opposite. Sorry, guys. Dustin, one of those guys, he's got, straight left down. Oh, work your way up. Work your way up. Oh, big shot by Max. Hit him on the bottom again. Dustin working his way up. Look, don't be counting Dustin out, though. We saw in the Dan Hooker fight, Dustin had lost both the first 2 rounds, came back, won rounds 3, 4, and 5. This is a long fight. I was also concerned to see like how Max would be coming off of a knockout loss to Ilya Poirier, going back up to 55. It looks like Max's power has increased since going from 45 to 55. Somebody had earlier. EDPTA, appreciate you guys just for following, man. Appreciate you guys. Huge fight, man. Let's go. Max with a nice combination. Oh, there's that little spinning kick. If he was thinking with the whole Justin Gaethje thing, if that happened last time, can lightning strike twice? Dustin's gonna have to throw more than one. Right now, I feel like the speed of Max is giving Dustin a little bit of a problem. See, there's that straight left or straight right. There's that spinning kick again. Got to avoid doing those too much because it starts to take your wind. It starts to take your cardio. It's a lot of energy for something if you miss. Yeah, Max is definitely feeling a little bit. He seems a little bit faster, at least when I'm seeing it right now on the TV. Does a great job of covering up. Just gotta be careful, just not getting caught coming in. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Max always had great footwork, great movement. Look at the size of Max's legs. Like when you see him at 45, like his legs are thicker, his calves are thicker. You see his back is a little bit thicker. Like you can tell that he's a better. I think he's filling out here at 155 a lot better than having to kill himself to get to 45. I loved, I heard his interview too. Like, that ship has sailed. I'm done. I'm over that. That was a nice combination. Went jab to the head, straight to the right hand of the body. Came back up with the jab back up to the top. Great job. Someone just said, I don't like how Dustin keeps grabbing his shorts. Ryan Smitty. Dustin been doing that for 15 years, man. He always grabs his shorts. What I don't like is that tan line. Look at how he's got that tan line. It's like white right above the short. Look at that. There's that spinning kick again. He's thrown that thing 3 or 4 times. Love the mutual respect. Dustin knows, like, look, it doesn't matter. First round's done. Got 4 more rounds. I got to win these next 4. Somebody like him is used to, like, hey, sometimes you give up a round, you give it up. Okay, now let's move on. And if you go back to the Dan Hooker fight, man, to me, that's probably the best fight that he ever had, based on the fact that, he had to make some adjustments live and during the fight. It's one thing to talk about the adjustments you have to make, but then to actually make them because of something happening in the fight and making them live right there on the fly is huge. A lot of fighters can't do that. Yeah, Max faded him a little bit with that left hook. And then as Dustin tried to move out of the way of it, leads you right into the straight right. Very similar to one of the fights that happened earlier. Who was it? I think it was Patricio. I think it was Patricio and maybe it was, I can't remember right off the top of my head. But there was that fade where he faded him into kind of going right into the straight right. Start round 2. I'm at 442 right now. 10-9 Holloway. Nice kicks. It's good to see Max use those kicks, because that's going to freeze Dustin just enough to potentially land the striking. I like how Dustin's just staying right in the pocket. There it is, straight left. He's got to follow up with a third. He's also got to cut the cage off a little bit better. He's got to get Max pushing backwards. And that's going to be a little bit more difficult because Max now, the physical size of Max, he's put on the weight properly. And now he doesn't need to be pushed around. Like in their second fight when they fought at 55, it seemed like Max wasn't able to handle any of the power or just the sheer size and the pressure that Dustin was putting on. Now it looks like Max is kind of where he needs to be. The movement of Max is going to kind of frustrate, I think, Dustin a little bit. He's kind of used to it. They fought before, but the long 6-year gap is huge. Think about this, guys that are asking for a guy. He asked for a retirement fight. He wants a retirement fight. He got in Louisiana. All that being said, he chose somebody that he knew was going to make him a good dance partner. Like a lot of guys have been like, nah, let me get a win on the way out. Like this dude's literally fighting one of the toughest dudes to ever do it. He's like, no, I want that guy. I want to fight one of the hardest guys I could possibly fight. I want to fight that guy. That says a lot about Dustin's character. Love it. Yeah, the speed. He's in trouble right now. It's that speed. And then Max has got that power too. He's just a different fighter at 55. Dustin in a lot of trouble right now. Max with a full mount, trying to take that neck. Max doing a good job keeping his hips over Dustin's hips. Dustin with the little butterfly hook there. I can't believe we're only 3 minutes into round 2. Max just looking clean, smooth at 155. This is where he wants to be. Oof. Dustin needs to start working towards that underhook side, start scooting his body out towards that underhook side. Okay, if you're not going to scoot out towards the underhook when you took the underhook out, now you got to look to start trying to like hip escape away. Holding in like that's going to keep you where you're at. It's got to work that underhook. Nice up kicks, though. Oh, nice. Almost had the sweep. Oh. Hey, if Dustin wins by submission, man. Jeez. If Dustin wins by submission, I'll take any submission. I don't just need the Gilly. I thought it'd be poetic if he jumped Gilly, though, and finished. So I bet it all on the house on the submissions. Oh, there it is. Coming back. Let's go. Damn. He's got to stop covering like that. He's got to make him miss and make him pay. He did a great job of doing that with Dan Hooker, with Saint Denis. Like, I know he took some shots in both those fights, but this covering, you can't cover and then and leave yourself out of position. That's where you need to be, right there. There it is. We're seeing Max fade a little bit of that pressure. He was able to drop Dustin twice. Dustin be able to kind of weather the storm. Oh, drops Max now. He hit him right behind. There's the Gilly. Don't tell me. Oh, man, I thought he was going to get it. Oh, jeez, man. Oh, man, he jumped Gilly. All right, so who won that round? Oh, Max looks exhausted now. This is the problem you have, man. The problem you have is that when you rock someone, you hurt them, and they still stick around like Dustin did. How much energy did he put? Look at Max's face right now. Look at his face. Oh, man, he rocks him, hurts him. Oh. Bank right there. And then, oh, man, he hit him clean there. This one right behind the ear. Bink puts him down. Right there beautifully on the neck. Oh, I thought he was going to get it. Oh, geez. Round two is a plus 4,000 when I bet it. And then it was also a plus, I want to say 1,800, I think is what it was to win by submission. No, 1,300. Max looks like he's a little bit tired, though. Max looking like he's a little bit tired. Man. Dustin digging deep. Look at Dustin. Not even breathing heavy right now. Damn. What if both these guys. It's like bittersweet. Like, I don't want to see Dustin leave. I want to see him keep fighting, but I love that he's leaving on his own terms. Then I also don't want to see Dustin leave off of a loss because I want him to leave on his. I want him to leave with a win. Not a lot of fighters, pretty much no fighters, get to leave off a win. That being said, Max can be around, and I want the potential of Max fighting someone like Ilya or or Monsarukian or someone along those lines. That's like selfish reasons, right? You're like, oh man, I want to see him. I want to see who's next for Max. When because we know there's no one next for Dustin. I gotta take notes, man. On round 2 was wild. There we go. Dustin or Max is just staying slightly outside of that range for Dustin. Man, what a fight. I mean, how did you guys score round 2? Was it Dustin's round or was it Max's round? That's what I want to know. Because he got the knockdown back and he got it back at the end of the round after weathering the storm. Then he jumped the Gilly, which it wasn't really that close, but he did jump it. Wasn't able to get it. Finishes the round on top. What's going on, man? Come on, ESPN. There we go. Oh, nice. What number you guys at? Where you guys at? Yeah. Oh, you think it's Max? AJ Manny. You think it's Max 2-0. I think Max hurt his hand. All right, let me see. All right. If Dustin wins BMF, then retires. The tide is turning. Yeah, the tide is turning a little bit. Looks like Dustin's starting to be able to put the pressure, and Max kind of having to take a couple steps back. The speed of Max isn't as prevalent now. It's not as noticeable. Dustin looks like he's in phenomenal shape. Jeez. What a fight. Let's go, boys. Come on. Oh. 220. Oh, nice. See that? Like you think like Dustin just boxes, like he almost fights a little bit like a Nick and Nate Diaz, where he just touches you and touches you and touches you, and then all of a sudden he explodes and hits you with like a 2 and 3 piece combo. There it is. Max showing some speed again. Looks like he's fully recovered from the end of round 2. Great fight so far. Yeah, I'm at 132. I'm at 128 now. Great scrap so far, definitely. 808 VWs, absolutely. Yeah, this is definitely a harder round to judge, but there's still a minute 10. These spinning kicks, I'm telling you, man, it's just high risk, low reward kind of situation. I know it worked out for him in the Justin Gaethje situation, but Dustin really doesn't dip his head a whole lot. He kind of stays in that range. He covers really well. Come on, Dustin. Dustin's got to pull the trigger more. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh. Yeah, see, mine just jumped around. I was at like 45 seconds. Now I'm at 30. I don't know where you guys are at. Like it just skipped like a whole 10 seconds after the eye poke. Tough fight. This is definitely a tough round to score. Ooh. I feel like Max is winning the round a little bit. I feel like Dustin won the last round. So I think it's 1-1. Oh, Dustin's trying to steal this round. Come on. Nice. There you go. I want to see Dustin kick. I like to see him kick a little bit. How'd you guys score it? Are you saying Zeke 662? Did you bet on Max? Is that why you keep saying like Max is winning? 2-1. It's 2-1 or 3-0 max. I would say it's probably 2-1. I in my mind, what it is, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but in my mind, whatever the judges saw last is kind of how they're going to score that round. And I know Big John's like, oh no, that's not true. I'm like, it's kind of just human nature. Whether you want to say it's true or not, it's kind of human nature. And so I believe that Dustin dropped him at the end of the second round, jumped the Gilly. I think that won him the round. He equaled it out. Plus, he did it after recovering, after himself being rocked. That should count for something. Like if you got rocked early in a round, weathered the storm, and then came back and dropped him and finished the round more fresh and harder, I would say that wins you the round. So I have him right now 2-1. It's 2-1. I would say that Dustin's down. It's 2-1 though going into the fourth. Championship rounds. Max has slowed down though. A little bit, not much. Oh, I spoke too soon. Here we are. I'm at 440 right now in the fourth round. Yes, guys, that is Big John there. I like how Max is changing it up to the body. I mean, that might have got a little low, but that's why they touch gloves. But I think I like that Max is changing it up. He's trying to aim like more towards chest and belly. Poirier changed the tide at the end of the second. Yep. I would say he did change the tide, but it's a crazy scrap right now. Yes. Nice job. Max has more of the output, and this is where Dustin needs. He can't allow Max to keep allowing the output. It's going to just look bad on the judges' scorecards. Look easier said than done. Dustin is a dog. Azaram, thanks for the super chat. Max might be up 2-1, but he looks wrecked. He does look a little tired, and I think if Dustin just keeps putting the pressure, I think what Dustin's also trying to do, he's like, hey, like having to like understanding like there's still a lot of fight left. In any moment, he could finish this fight. He can land some hard shots. And we've seen him take shots. We've seen him come back and dominate other fighters, Dan Hooker being one, Saint Denis being another. Like a lot of these guys that have counted him out or he's been in trouble in a fight, but he comes back and wins it. Dustin doing a good job of keeping that range. I'd like to see him step off a little bit left and right, but big shot there by Max. So great combination. Ooh, good job there it is. That's what I'm talking about. The whole Dustin thing, he touches and touches and touches. And then as soon as he feels that you're in his range, then he goes ahead and he explodes a little bit like how a Nick and Nate Diaz would fight. All right, I'm at 240 right now. I don't know where you guys are at. Yeah. Dustin got to have a little bit more output right now. Like it's not that Max is landing the harder shots, and sometimes he is landing some good hard shots. but Max has the output. Ooh, nice. Max with the good combinations. Ooh, that one just glanced off of Max. Dustin landed a great shot. Max threw the lazy kick, and then Dustin was able to counter off of it. That body shot is key. When you're fighting a southpaw, you got to go body and then come back over the top of the left hook. So you got to be careful of. Oh, that was nice. I was expecting him to try to dump him. Ooh, nice jab, though, by Dustin. Ooh, big left hook, though, by Max. No follow-up. That's the one thing you can tell by Max, though, is it looks like he's starting to slow down a little bit because he is landing a clean shot. Then he doesn't follow up. Whereas I think if Dustin lands, I think he's going to be ready to get after it. I'm at a minute 5 right now. Good straight left by Dustin. Man, these two, this sounds. I know the crowd's going crazy, but man, if you guys with no crowd, if you go back to the COVID days, You could hear when Dustin was landing shots and hit it, man, wild. I love this fight, man. This is a great fight. Both these guys standing, trading, couple kicks here and there, but mainly just standing and trading. 28 seconds. Oh, just missed. He just missed him with a straight left. Hit him with a little glancing little like left hook, right hook. 10 seconds. It's got to go though. Like this round, I mean, it could have went either round, like either way. Ooh, nice body kick. A little spinning kick. Oh, hit him with a big shot at the end. Last round, last round. 3-1 max. Dustin needs a finish. All right. Well, you got to AJ, man, but you really got a 3-1 or 4-0. I think Dustin won that round. Zeke 662 thinks Dustin won that round. Who do you guys think won that round? Who won that round? I mean, I'm going to be honest, man. It was a tough round to score. Oh, man, it was a tough round to score. Right. I mean, I could see it being 3-1. I could see it possibly being 2-2. It really depends on that round. I have Dustin winning rounds 2. He won round 2 so far. I thought 1 and 3 were pretty clear for Max. He doesn't look tired. I want to see, like, is he saving it for the end? Let's see. I mean, like, I don't think he's saving anything. I think you just got to fight Max carefully, man. Max is a stud. Look at him. Look, I love the respect, man. Look, that's what's great about this. When you have two fighters that respect each other so much, you generally get the best fight out of each other. And so that's what we've seen tonight, and we've seen it before in the past. They respect each other. Especially when you know each other. You guys have fought each other. You guys know each other's ability. Oh, what a fight. That I get the thing that the knock that I have on doing lives, right, is that I can't hear it. And you guys can, I can't. It's all like shit. But you guys are like kind of my voice. You guys are in the comments. Let me know how it's going. Yeah, let's go get that finish. I need Dustin to jump the Gilly, man. I need a submission win. I'll take the knockout though. But man, he almost had that Gilly at the end of the second. Oof. It's that counter off that left. Whew. I like how Dustin does that, right? He slides in with his lead foot, and then he switches with his back left foot. He comes forward, and then he goes to the like a kind of a hooking left. It's nice. Rockhold does it really well. Same, very similar. Yeah, just got to get Dustin to throw. That's all. A lot of blocking. Oh, there it is. There it is. Got to push that pace. Push that pace. Could be 3-1, could be 2-2, could be 4-0. I mean, like the rounds are close. Oh man, I feel like just Dustin catches him just one time. Just catch him. If Max catches him just one time, holy cow. Whew. What a fight. Both these guys just basically standing and trading. The only takedown I've really seen is jumping the Gilly when he rocked him at the end of the second. There it is. Come on, come on. Halfway mark at the round 5. Halfway. Ugh. Man, ESPN's killing me. Oh, there it's back. I was like, ESPN's killing me. Oh, that had to hurt his Max's foot, man. Props to watch under 4.5. Yeah, under 4.5 was a plus 100. Oof. I mean, can you imagine though being someone who bet the under 4.5, and you're seeing how many times they've gotten hurt in the first 2 rounds, 3 rounds. You're like, yes, yes, I'm gonna win, and then nothing, and here they are. You got to know, you guys got to know your talent, man. Talent is neither one of these guys are gonna quit. Neither one of these guys are gonna go. Come on, come on. Yeah, the fingers. It's the sport. I mean, the gloves. It's the gloves and the sport. Come on, boys. Minute 30, minute 20. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, nice shot though, right there by Max. Little overhand left out of the exchange. Straight right by Max. That rocked him a little bit. Got Dustin going backwards. We're in a minute. Ooh, straight left by Dustin. 1 minute left. Come on, come on. Both these guys, they're standing right in the center of the cage. I wonder if Max going to point at the ground. Oh, big left hook by Max, though. Beautifully done. And then he followed up with the straight right. And Max doing a great job not standing directly in front of him right after he lands something. He stands there for a second, and then Dustin moves back. Oh, another left hook, though, by Max. 20 seconds left. He's got to go. Dustin's got to go. He's lost this round, so he's got to go. Oh, that rocked him. The speed right there of Max. I love the respect, man. How do you not love the respect on both these guys? Jeez. Man. Not Dustin's night. Doesn't look like it. Doesn't seem to be. The speed of Max, though, at the end, you can see the exchanges. You can see it all. Look, you can see, man. I think she kind of knows. She sees it, but hey, I love it. I love that he's wrapped up his career. He's got a baby on the way. Been with his middle school, high school, sweetheart, married, daughter. Like if you want to write a storybook, in terms of someone living their life and winning at life, I mean, I would like to. You could write a book about Dustin Poirier's life. So good on him. Max takes a step closer, to the rematch with Ilia Topuria. So we're gonna find out, man. Just a big shot, oh man, great fight, great fight. Whew. Let's see if you guys are paying attention, man. Let me know what the scorecards end up being. I don't want to get us taken off. So I'm going to wrap this up as soon as they give up the scorecards. I want to thank you guys all. Make sure you guys use that link and element down below in the descriptions. That link right there will give you a bonus package with every purchase. Make sure you guys subscribe to us across all platforms. Follow me at The Real Punk. And then on top of all that, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been great. Let's see what the judges' scorecards are. You think 50-45 Max, huh? Shoots, Max. I mean, yeah, Max won. I'm thinking Max won. But I'm simply saying I think it could have been 3-1 going into the fifth, or it could have been 2-2, or it could have been 4-0. That's how the rounds were going. Man, look at significant head strikes, 113. I mean, it was no Calvin Kattar beating, but look, Dustin, nothing but respect for the guy. Great respect, man. Great respect. Much love and respect, Josh. Aloha. 808VW, my man. Aloha. Maybe you might be a girl. Sorry. Aloha. Didn't know what to say. Sorry. Thanks, Josh. Aloha. Matt Grantham. Oh, man. Let's see. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys. The super chats were amazing tonight. Thank you guys so much. And let's hear. Can you guys read off the scorecards for me, please? Zeke662. Smoking a cigar and listening to you live. Love it. I appreciate you, Zeke. Thanks for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah. I hope he doesn't want to come back now that he lost. Please, bro. It was such a storybook thing, man. But I mean, geez, love it. Got Wheezy out there wrapping the strap. I don't know about the hair though. Come on, Wheezy. I don't know about the hair. Like, you got to get it out of your eyes, man. Come on. Hey, Justin Jones, I appreciate you, man. Zeke662, appreciate you, man. Matt Grantham, and still. All right, calm down, calm down. Little Wayne cringe. Not Little Wayne cringe. Hey, he's there, man. Being present. I like that about him. Clifford, appreciate you. Thanks for giving me the Iceman Bentley. Thanks for giving me the scores. Appreciate you guys. Easy Bug, good fight. Max gets to the continue, and Dustin again got caught in the fight. You don't need Diaz. Stay with the family, brother. I know. I appreciate it. I don't need the fight, but there's other fights too. I guess for me, I've said this on our podcast, is that I wanted just a retirement fight. Like Dustin got a full retirement fight. My last fight, there was a clash of heads with Patricky Pitbull. Got dropped with the headbutt. Tried to get it overturned. Then I got back up, and we kept fighting. Like within I don't know 2 seconds, he hit me with a shot and knocked me out. To me, that's not a retirement fight. So I would like just to wrap it up. I know I'm 48 years old, 47, 48, but it's still something that I feel like, I think in boxing, I don't got to train wrestling. I don't got to train jiu-jitsu. I don't got to train takedown defense and wall stuff. I can literally just train like boxing. And I think overall, I think I'm a better boxer than Nate. So that's why. That's kind of why. But I agree with you. I mean, yeah. Hey, thanks for streaming, Fran Galvez. Thanks for watching. Gary, peace, everybody. And Exode Ace, the BMF title is getting popular. It is getting popular. But I'd like to see maybe a Max Holloway, Dan Hooker fight. That's a great fight, possibly. Zeke662, Max is probably at 155. There's no probably. He already said he's not going back down. That's what he already said. He said he's not going back down. He said, I'm done. That ship has sailed. Good. Hey, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for continuing to support the Weigh In podcast. And thank you guys so much for the super chats. And hey, man, Josh is out. So I will see you guys later. Until next time. Remember, Tuesday Night Lives, 9:30 Eastern time. John and I go live Tuesday nights. See you guys.